State, as well as check out the touchdown.
Scott City Beaver football. Tonight's game is brought to you by
Scott City Ace
Yep,
Hardware.
try it again.
Can you hear me okay?
I can. Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Oh, yeah.
And
With over 10 years of experience, Jamie at JW Enterprise can repair your windshield quickly and conveniently. Even if you don't have time to make it to the shop, Jamie can fix your windshield from your home or he can come get your vehicle for you. JW Enterprise is insured, Safe Flight certified. He might be operating under a different name, but Jamie still provides the same quality of service. Let Jamie at JW Enterprise fix that chip in your windshield now. Find JW Enterprise on Facebook or give him a call at 785-260-7773.
Yard, Pro Adjuster, First National Bank, Scott Co-op, Scott County Hospital, Scott Pro, Security State Bank, Western Kansas Insurance, Wheeland Electric, Scott City Booster Club, Scott County Lumber, Security State Bank, Land to Legacy Real Estate, Beaver Creek Feeders, Park Lane Nursing Home, and Farm Bureau agent Neil Baker.
Welcome to the Scott Co-op Pregame Show. When it comes to success, it's all about teamwork. Whether it's the Scott City Beavers or your farming operation, it's teamwork that counts. You can count on the entire Scott Co-op team to make your operation successful. Here's Adam Kadavy.
it is playoff football time tonight here at Darner Field in Scott City as the Scott City Beavers will be taking on the Smoky Valley Vikings in the Week 9 playoff game for the right to play in the regionals and play in the month of November. Well, good Friday evening to you. Welcome aboard. I'm Adam Kadavy. And a special guest commentator tonight, analyst, is the one and only QB Numeric. Stephanie, your studio engineer, back in the mix, 94.5 Studios. Well, the Beavers come in on a high, 7-1 on their winners of 5 straight after their 48-0 shutout last Friday night at Colby against the Eagles. Smoky Valley, they've won 2 in a row and have played in a very tough district, District 7, 4-4 on their record this year. They shut out Nickerson to get into the playoffs last Friday night at home, 42-0. Well, Skip, these two teams never played up until they were in districts 2 years ago and last year, and here they are playing in a Week 9 playoff game, and this is the 3rd straight year they're playing. But this is going to be a pretty good matchup tonight.
Well, yeah. You look at Smoky Valley's record at 4-4. Well, they've lost Andale, Cheney, and Pratt, all contenders. And Andale is obviously the favorite to win state, but that's a tough district, and to hold on and be 4-4 says something about their team. And they like to run the ball, and a team that commits to run the ball and can do it and play some defense, they're always a tough out.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at Scott City, they've really had a big turnaround from last year to this year. Yes, not having the injuries helps a lot, but it's really a testament to the senior leadership for this group that have helped pave the way to 7-1 record.
Yeah, I think, attitudinally, we're a different team. I needed to be proven what we could do at the start of the year, and I was pleasantly surprised with the determination that we played with and the passion. Those things are worth a lot of points in a game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's been a lot of different things. A lot of similarities with both these teams here. They're both very veteran teams. A lot of these same players really on both sides of the ball were on the field against each other last year.
Yeah. And some of our seniors didn't play a whole lot last year for different reasons, injuries being a main one of them. And I don't know, say they have something to prove, but it sure looks that way.
And you're right there. The first 2 meetings between these programs, a combined 8 points last year was a 21-14 victory at Lindsborg in the districts. 2 years ago, it was a big drive led by Harrison King that covered pretty much the entire field, at least 85 yards to beat Smoky Valley in the final 30 seconds of the game, 17-16. We'll have more on this when we continue your pregame presented by Scott Co-op. We'll take a 3-minute break. We'll hear the comments from head coach Jim Turner, and Scott City and Smoky Valley meeting up in the Week 9 playoff game. Back.
How would you describe your career?
Rewarding.
It's more than just a job.
Great vacation, great sick pay.
Great opportunities to move forward. Good work environment, good people. Always something new, always something different.
Every day you learn something new.
Their commitment to education is second to none. They pay for my school.
I love it because we're all one big happy family.
Family.
Family. It's like a family.
Grow your career with American Implement and John Deere.
Twins left is Bailey in motion. He'll get the carry left side. Has 45 midfield. Bailey down the left sideline. 40, 30, 20, 15. Good night. Touchdown, Scott City. Lawson Bailey with a 74-yard run. Scott City's longest play of the year.
And click on the Safety tab. An important safety message brought to you by Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life. Your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Welcome back to Darner Field in Scott City. Adam Kadavy with you here on Mix 94.5. Your pregame interview brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with you and Berta Benz in Scott City and Leota. I joined here with Coach Jim Turner here in the pregame. And Coach, thanks for joining me here this evening. It was a 48-0 victory on the road at Colby last Friday night against the Eagles, a game where you led just 7-0 after the first quarter, but really opened things up in that second quarter with 27 points. And you've mentioned a couple of times here, kind of a slow start, sluggish start, but that second quarter, you guys definitely turned it on.
Yeah, once we got to rolling, we played pretty consistent, pretty well there on out. We started slow, so we got to put that behind us and start like we're capable of each game now.
It's to that point of the year where you can't afford to have a sluggish start here, but what Colby presented, they loaded the box up, and you've seen plenty of teams doing that. Maybe weren't expecting that with Colby, but what Dylan has been able to do with his arm this year and showed how much he has really improved, and he was able to kind of sling it out and open some things up down the rest of the night.
Yeah, I'd say, I can't remember every game detail-wise, but after about that Hugueton game on, he's really stepped it up a little bit and done some better things. I know early we were struggling with pressure and finding the open guys quick, and we've done a better job of that. Dylan's, starting to pick those guys out, and that makes a big difference for if you want to put 8-9 guys in the box, if we can do that. So hopefully that'll just make us a better team well-rounded as we move on through.
Yeah, defensively, you guys pitched the shutout, and I know Colby was a little short-handed, but they still had some pretty good players back there in the backfield with the Betts kid, and after his first quarter, he was really kind of shut down after that.
Yeah, it's the same thing on defense. The first quarter, we weren't really reading our keys. We weren't lining up correctly a number of times, and, we still kept them out of the end zone, but it was a struggle for, their first two series. And then we picked it up after that, got ourselves lined up right, got more focused, more dialed in. We can't come out like that. We've got to come out better tonight we've got to come out on fire and lining up correctly and reading our keys and attacking everybody.
Once again, Coach Jim Turner, pregame here tonight. Scott City takes on the Smoky Valley Vikings. It's a familiar team. You've played them 2 years in a row. Now it's been the third. They were fourth place in their district. What was absolutely a bear of a district there, and they come out with a 42-0 win over Nickerson last Friday night to qualify for the playoffs there. And you look at this team, they're 4-4, but that record is pretty deceiving. That's a pretty good team coming into town tonight.
Yeah, they're good. They got a lot of size, and they got a lot of seniors that they're playing all over the place. Primarily, that's what they're putting on the field, are seniors. So they're going to be experienced. The last 2 years have been really close games, one-score games on each of them that we've come out on top. So, we got to play really well, and, at this point, you should have to play pretty well when you're in the playoffs.
They do have a lot of experience. I think about all but 2 or 3 positions from last year were starters when you guys faced them on both sides of the ball. They do run the wishbone that they've veered a little bit out of that this year, some more as well, running some eye and different types of offenses. What have you seen maybe this year with this version of Smoky Valley?
Oh, I think it's the same we saw last year. Didn't expect as much breaking the wishbone and double tight last year, but they did because we kind of controlled the run early on. So, hopefully we can do that again, and they'll get out of the wishbone and jump in the eye, or they're jumping a twin set, or even pro twins with a shotgun look. So they'll do a little bit of everything, but it's nothing we haven't seen out of all of our other opponents already. We do have to take the main part of their game away, which I think is the run, and force them to pass more.
Defensively, they run a 4-3 look there, and you don't see that too often there. Do you feel like with run-first mentality or run-first philosophy you guys have, you feel like that could be an advantage?
Well, you have to ask Coach Gentry about that. He spends all his time on offense. But, yeah, if they stay in a 4-3, we're going to run it. And I think we'll be very effective. If they want to load more up in the box, which they will, bring a safety up tight, and the big kid at safety, he'll be looking to support the run right away. So, we're going to have to do a good job up front blocking, but we're going to have to mix it up. We're going to be able to throw and run, and, we want to run primarily, but we need to be able to toss the ball around and keep them off their toes.
Being a district champion and getting a home playoff game, how big is that here to get that first-round playoff game at home?
Well, I think, the whole season's been big after the season we had last year, with all the injuries and struggling win-loss-wise, But we've come out strong in every game, much different than last year when we were all beat up. So, I think that's the biggest thing right now, the way we've just finished off the regular season. Now we just got to keep playing. I think we got a lot of excitement and with our guys, and a lot of confidence right now. So we just got to come out and jump out on top of things and keep it rolling.
Should be a fun one here tonight. Scott City plays host to the Smoky Valley Vikings. Coach Jim Turner joining me here, pregame coach. Thanks for the time. Good luck to you guys.
All right, thanks, Adam.
That was Scott City Beaver coach Jim Turner. Your pregame interview brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with Hugh and Berta Benz in Scott City and Leota. More to come in your pregame show. We'll have a breakdown of the matchup, bringing starters, keys to the game, and the kickoff after this timeout. This is Scott City Beaver football.
Great Western Tire is happy to be a part of the Scott City community. They have what you need when it comes to oil, fuel, or tires. Great Western Tire is your source for BF Goodrich, Dunlop, Goodyear, Kelly, Michelin, and Titan tires, with service trucks for on-the-farm pit stops. They're also your headquarters for 24-hour fuel.
Furrow Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Furrow Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
Fairleigh Feed Yard is dedicated to investing in our facilities and staff to provide the best experience possible for the cattle feeder and, in the end, the consumers of our product. We are always in the market to purchase corn and other commodities from local producers. Call our office at 620-872-2111 for current pricing. Our dedicated employees and their families are very important to us, and we are proud of their children that are current Beavers and individuals that will grow into those roles in the future. Fairleigh Feed Yard is privileged to support Scott City youth and are honored to
great time to start your fall painting projects. The cooler temps make it the best time to paint before winter with Valspar Medallion or Climate Zone House Paint. They have several finishes and many colors to choose from at Scott County Lumber, helping you get it done with excellence.
Looking for the latest in home decor and more? Head to your shopping destination for Southwest Kansas, Giftologist in Scott City. Giftologist has a big lineup of today's trends in jewelry, decor, cookware, scented candles, and more. Did I mention they also have a great selection of gifts for kids? While you're in, grab a cup of coffee while you browse the store. Giftologist is that big city store with the small town feel. Head to your shopping destination for Southwest Kansas, Giftologist in downtown Scott City.
Weathers Land and Livestock wishes the Scott City Beavers good luck during the 2022-2023 season. They are proud to support the Scott City Beavers on Mix 94.5 KSKL. Hard work, dedication, persistence are the keys to success for a great season in athletics, activities, and in the classroom. Good luck, Beavers, from Weathers Land and Livestock.
All right, we're back here at Darner Field here in Scott City. Adam Kadavy and also Skip Numerick with you tonight. Here is a nice cooler Friday for football here tonight. Scott City and Smoky Valley meeting up here. Scott City, the district champs last week with their victory, or the undefeated district champs outright, 48-0 road victory there at the Colby against the Eagles at Denton Field. Smoky Valley, they've won 2 in a row. Their wins against Hillsborough out of district play. They beat the Trojans 2 weeks ago 50-6, and then Nickerson last week 42-0 at home to secure a playoff spot. But we take a look at this matchup a little bit last week with Scott City and Colby. Yeah, the Beavers, you heard Coach Turner in the pregame interview said, yeah, we weren't really focused like we should have been early on, but I remember after those timeouts that he usually calls, they kind of shape things up after that.
Well, they better be ready to go tonight. We have two teams that like to run the ball, that kind of hang their hat on running the ball. So I think it's going to boil down to line play, offensively and defensively. You can't let these running backs get to us at 5 yards deep and expect linebackers to do as well as they could otherwise. So the obvious thing is always penalties and turnovers, but I think tonight it's really going to boil down to line play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Scott City, they really put together a pretty good offense last week, 48 points. That's their second high point total of the year, and put up a season best 469 yards in the victory. And they were pretty balanced across the board, 274 on the ground, 195 through the air, but Dill Mesker 162 yards. Well, Colby put 6 guys right up on the line. That was an adjustment. If you're going to stack the box and try to make us beat you through the air, we'll do that.
Well, yeah, I think to progress on in the playoffs and do well, you have to have a balanced attack. Well, one good thing we have is we're not shy at the running back spot. We have 3-4 guys that can really carry the ball and run hard and break some tackles. So, giving a little bit of daylight and some good blocking, look for big things tonight.
How big has it been for Scott City to get Jace Thomas going? And even Lawson Bailey, Brady Welkers had his big games. He still had a pretty nice game last week, but getting Lawson Bailey, Jace Thomas out on the down the sidelines, that's been big for Scott City.
Well, Jace is quite an athlete, and we talk about him a lot on offense, but he's a good defensive player too, a real good defensive player. He's got a knack of running with the ball that you don't really coach. He just has some good moves and change of pace and change of speeds, and he's a loosey ball carrier.
And then you have the receivers. You look at a big tight end, a nice target that's been really called upon as of late. He got his first career touchdown last week, and sophomore Jackson Rumford.
Well, he's got the size. I think Jackson just needs to look the ball into his hands, and not think it too far ahead. Just make one play at a time, because he's got the physical tools to be a really top-notch tight end.
You're absolutely right. Defensively, the Beavers have looked pretty solid. We have 2 pretty good inside linebackers in Brady Welker and J.P. Harris. They both have 2 interceptions apiece, but most importantly, they're what you want in your defense. They're your top two tacklers.
They are. And a lot of that, and they've made some really solid tackles, too. And not just they're making tackles, they're drilling people. But a lot of that's been made possible by the play of our defensive tackles and defensive ends, who make linebackers look really good. When those guys aren't doing their job and linebackers getting blocked and every play's going for 5 or 6 yards, that can be real tough. So I think we're going to know pretty early in this game which line is going to get the better of it, and hopefully it's going to be us.
And Scott City will be without one of their senior, starting defensive tackles tonight. Oscar Mendez, he's out, but you slide in Adrian Elder. But then you have Scott City has to feel comfortable the depth they've been able to develop in those interior line on defense with Tanner Gooden sliding in from a DN spot, and then you get Adrian Elder in there. You got Baylor Vasquez, you've got Braden Bruner. Still some pretty good D-line prospects there.
Yeah, they're as good as they want to be on a given play. And when they fire off low and hard, they're a handful. I mean, there's not too many guys that are going to really block Baylor, at 300 and whatever pounds he weighs. And Tanner Gooden's been a pleasant surprise at the defensive tackle. He's come a long way.
On the other side, you look at Smoky Valley. Tim Lambert, he's had a really outstanding career as a head coach. Over 200 wins in his 30-year career, 8 years at Smoky Valley. And, well, he's pretty much got the same group as he did a year ago. They only lost their tight end, who ended up being a Shrine Bowl player for the West Squad, and that Haven Lysell Stewart. But they've got 19 seniors on their team, and they have 11 seniors starters on both sides of the ball. But really, Carson Peel's had a big season at quarterback. He's thrown for 712 yards, but that backfield, you have Justice Autry, who's really about the size of an Alex Trango, small. He's a quick kid, 135-pound senior. He's their leading rusher, at just under 700 yards. Then you have Tristan Stanball, the big bruising fullback. He's a 3-year starter for them. And then Kate Blanchett, not too many kids out of the backfield you see at 6'5", 200 pounds, but he can be a matchup problem if he's out as a receiver.
Yeah, that's for sure. They run a wishbone and an I-back set, and I think they're going to be content to pound the ball at us, and we better be ready to go.
And it's a team that, you look at the record of 4-4, but they've averaged 34 points. So they have put up a lot of points, but they've at the same time given up a lot of points. They've scored 40 in their loss to Halstead. Then they went 42-46 against some struggling teams in Haven and Larned, and only scored 8 against Andale. But that's a little bit of a victory in itself.
Just getting out of the Andale game healthy is a win of some sort.
And then Cheney, they lost 27-14. That game was tied at halftime at 14. So, they can play with them. Pratt, it was a shootout, losing 47-30, and then they put up 50 and 42 in their last 2 games. So their offense, they're very experienced in that across the board there on their offense. On the defensive side, Smoky Valley, you don't see it too often anymore, but Coach Tim Lambert sticks to his Smith Center roots, that 4-3 defense, and middle linebacker Tristan Stanball, and then you have Caleb Gustus in there, Austin Sharp, all returners from last year as well, and a pretty good linebacking core and a pretty good secondary. Not bad when you have a 6'5" safety out there as well.
Yeah, well, if you're going to play a 4-3, you need 4 good down linemen. And much like the 4-4 defense we play, if you're going to play those things, you need 4 really good ones.
And they do, and they run that 4-3, 4-4. They'll bring the safety, and they expect that tonight. Scott City does, to see them bring down their safety and really a 4-4 look. And they have given up points this year. They've given up an average of 25.5 or 30 points a game, but 257 yards of offense. But what's been really interesting, they've only given up 143 yards on the ground. And, that's all 8 games there, and that includes just the 8 yards they gave up on the ground last week against Nickerson.
Yeah, sometimes I think statistics can be a little misleading. If, a team that doesn't have a good pass defense sometimes doesn't give up a lot of rushing yards because the other team's, taking advantage of passing opportunities. One thing I do like as far as matchup is our receivers. Our wide receivers are pretty good. They run good routes, and they've got pretty good hands. Our problem at times has just been, accuracy with the pass.
Well, let's go ahead and get into your starting lineups here, presented by Security State Bank, Scott City and Leota. At quarterback for Smoky Valley is Carson Peel, the 175-pound senior. In the backfield, all seniors. Justice Autry, their leading rusher, 8 touchdowns on the ground this year. Tristan Stanbaugh is the fullback. The other halfback is Cade Blanchett. The tight end is Vincent Pickering, 185-pound senior. Braxton House has 2 receptions. He's the starting wide receiver. Center is Austin Sharp. They go 180, 230, 185, 220, and 270. Gus Griffith is the left tackle. Justin Holt, the left guard. Richard Zeller, the right guard. And Alex Grosslin is the right tackle there for the Smoky Valley Vikings. Scott City, it'll be Tanner Gooden and Adrian Elder getting the started defensive tackle. We'll see a lot of rotation there tonight, though, on those defensive line. Lawson Bailey, Aaron Morellis are the DNs. Brady Welker and J.P. Harris, the inside backers. Jace Thomas and Alex Tarango are the outside backers. Evan Fry, Colin McDaniel, the cornerbacks, and the free safety is Avery Knoll. Those are your starting lineups here tonight, presented by Security State Bank. We have more of your pregame. When we come back, we'll have keys to the game and the kickoff. We'll do that after this timeout. This is Scott City Beaver football.
If you are in the market for a new or used vehicle, check out J&R Car and Truck Center of Scott City. J&R Car and Truck has a fully trained service and part staff for repairs on most makes and models of vehicles. Locally owned and operated, J&R Car and Truck Center provides over 250 new and used vehicles in stock and ready to be delivered. Stop on in and check out jrcarandtruck.com for your next vehicle. J&R Car and Truck Center, your Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealership in Scott City.
Life is all about your vision. That's what Dr. Joshua Gooden and the staff at Scott City Eye Center believe. They care about your health and are dedicated to exceptional service to give your vision the level of attention it deserves. Dr. Gooden can diagnose and treat an array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. It's easy to see that Scott City Eye Center cares for your vision. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden today at 620-872-0040. Scott City Eye Center supports all areas school activities.
Looking for someone in custom cap?
By State Farm agent Michael Trower, go the proven winner when it comes to insurance. They score big with their policyholders. Keys to the game tonight, Skip.
Well, besides the obvious of turnovers and penalties, I think line play, both on the offense and defense, are going to be key. You got two teams that really like to run the ball, and when that happens, you need a good line play on offense and good line play on defense if you want to stop the other team.
All right, those are your keys to the game tonight, presented by State Farm agent Michael Trout, as the captains are meeting at midfield there here on KSKL Scott City. Glad you could join us. Well, big game tonight as well in the playoffs. Of course, Week 9, you have Andale and Goodland. That game kicked off at 6 o'clock, and that was over in Andale. Also in Holcomb tonight, this should be a fun matchup, Holcomb and Pratt. And then you have Cheney and Hugoton. They're set to kick off here anytime. Colby is hosting Nickerson. That's a non-playoff game. That's out of District 8 tonight. The other league game, teams in our league tonight playing. You have Cimarron heading to Russell to take on the Broncos. Russell could be winning their first playoff game since 1979 tonight if they do beat Cimarron. And then you have Ulysses. They're taking on the top seed in the 4A West bracket, taking on unbeaten Wamego Red Raiders. They made a nice trip there. So we'll see here. The white hat is Ron Spencer tonight to see who won the toss. Scott City wins it. And they have elected to defer to the second half. Smoky Valley will defend the north end zone. tonight it is a beautiful night. 57 degrees here at kickoff.
Yeah, this is as nice as it gets, and there is no wind. I mean, the wind is not a factor tonight.
Boy, that flag is about as limp as it can be. Nothing. All right, hope you enjoy the broadcast. Scott City will wear those navy blue tops with the light blue helmets and pants, the SC decal on the left, the jersey numeral on the right. Smoky Valley in the road, white uniforms, black numbers, orange trim, black helmets, and black pants, SV decal on the side. Well, this is just the third time this year that Scott City will be on defense first.
Well, you know, one thing that we haven't done always a great job of is cover kickoffs. You know, these special teams play, I didn't mention it in the keys to the game, but, you know, special teams can be huge in what could be a pretty tight game here.
And absolutely. As I mentioned, Scott City defending the south end zone here in this first quarter. Freddie Signs will tee it up in the middle of the field at the 40-yard line. Smoky Valley has 2 to return. They have Nolan Dower and Justice Autry. Guess what? They're seniors.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah. They have 19 out of 49 players on their team listed as a senior.
That might be a record.
I think it might be, too. I think you're right there, Skip. Here we go. Week 9. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast near, far, wherever you are tuning in here this evening. Here's the Freddie Signs kick. It's a high end-over kick. It's going to be returned by Dower. He'll take it at his own 17-yard line. He'll fake the handoff and keep it himself. Uh-oh, he's got room. 30, 35, 40. 45 midfield, 45 right side, 40, 35, and is tackled all the way at the Smoky Valley 33-yard line. That is a kickoff on the play of about 50 or 47 yards.
Yeah, they faked a reverse there, and, you know, their blocking set up down the east side of the field, so that was a pretty good clue that they were going to run it to that side, and too many of our players watched the fake reverse, and a couple good blocks, and away he went. Thank goodness we stopped him for a touchdown.
Smoky Valley will start an I formation at the Scott City 32. It's a keeper this time by Peel, left side. He's gone. 15, 10, 5 first play, 6 points for Smoky Valley with 11:40 to go. First quarter, 6-0 Smoky Valley.
Yeah, just an option play out of the I formation, and we all sucked in on the fullback, and away he went. Good blocking on the outside for Smoky Valley.
The Vikings will more than likely go for 2. This year on the defense, Scott City been 4 of 6 on defense, have opponents this year. So Smoky Valley with an early score just 20 seconds into this ball game at 6-0.
Yep.
From the 3-yard line, and wing to the right is Blanchett I formation. Carson Peel, the quarterback, under center. He'll take the snap, play fake, rolls to his right on the 2-point conversion. The back of the end zone, it's too high, and through the hands of the intended receiver, Vincent Pickering. So just 20 seconds into the game, it is Smoky Valley 6, Scott City nothing. The Vikings to kick off in 30 seconds. This is Scott City football.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas, and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We are more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
Air conditioning, South Highway 83 in Scott City, where they do whatever it takes.
Hell, Scott City with a rough start here after Smoky Valley returned the kickoff from their own 15 to the Scott City 32. It was a quarterback keeper by Carson Peel from 32 yards out. The 2-point conversion failed. 6-0 is your score. Smoky Valley 20 seconds into the game. They have a freshman kicker kicking things off here. That's a change there. Here's a return. It's at the 7-yard line. Here's McDaniel, 15-20, and he's upended at the 25-yard line. So that's where the Beavers will take over. 1st and 10, down 6-0.
Yeah, when you say upended, he was upended. Like heels over his head upended.
Well, Scott City, they're going to have to kind of collect themselves a little bit. First time they've trailed since the Holcomb game 3 weeks ago. And, you know, Smoky Valley, a lot of confidence coming in as well here tonight at 4-4 on the year, but long ways to go. It'd be a three receiver set in the wing to the right. It'd be a handoff left side. This is Lawson Bailey on first down. Bounces it out, 25. Down left sideline, 30, 35, 40. Midfield, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, no flags, tie game, 11:21 to go first quarter.
Well, I went to a football game and a track meet broke out.
Wow. So Lawson Bailey has 2 of the longest runs this year for the Beavers, and there's one of them right there as a cannon fires at Darner Field.
Well, anytime you see a wide play go for a touchdown like that, 75 yards, somebody had to block somebody out there, and we did a real good job of blocking the edge, and Lawson outran the rest of them.
His 9th rushing touchdown of the year. Freddie Signs, his PAT is perfect. He is now 10 of 12 on the year. Scott City 7, Smoky Valley 6. We're in the first minute, folks. We'll keep it right here. Football tonight brought to you by American Implement, B&H Paving, Bartlett Grain, Beavertown FFL, Beef Belt, Burning Farms, Brookover Cattle Company, Shells Flowers, and more Decal Bear, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Hugh and Berta Benz, Fairleigh Companies, and First National Bank. Well, one play for Smoky Valley touchdown, one play. I guess we're about even, except the score there, the extra point, the difference.
Yeah, 39 seconds in, and there's been 13 points scored. And, the referees are going to get some miles in on covering this game.
Score was just 19 seconds differential, so Scott City answers quickly, 7-6.
Well, it'd be interesting to see if we kick this ball deep.
I agree.
If I was a betting man, I would say we may not be kicking this ball deep.
I think they showed earlier there as well that why teams have just kind of booted it toward the edge and content with giving up first down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah.
7-6. Scott City leads. This is a track meet so far. 39 seconds into the game. Freddie Signs gets his second kickoff in 39 seconds.
Well, it's going deep.
This is going to be returned by Dower.
Looks like they're setting up a middle return.
Yep, across the 20, 25, and he gets blasted at the 27-yard line, making the 26. That time on the blast was the junior Cesar Peregrino.
Yeah, it was good coverage there. Everybody stayed in their lane, and there really wasn't any place for the runner to go.
Well, much worse field position for Smoky Valley. They start at their own 27-yard line officially. 7-6 Scott City. We've played just 43 seconds.
Well, let's hope our defense is keyed in better for the option.
Yes.
Looks like we got the wishbone going.
And 2 tight end set. Peel on 1st and 10, own 27-yard line, middle of the field. They'll hand it off left side. This is to Blanchett. Squirts across the 30, and will be tripped up at the 31-yard line. Evan Fry making the tackle for Scott City, but a gain of 4 sets up 2nd down and 6.
Much better penetration there. Almost had a shot at getting him right at the line of scrimmage, but he's a big, hard runner.
He's 6'5" and 200 pounds, a senior. Same formation, left hash mark, 2nd down and 6, 31-yard line. This is Stanbaugh up the middle on 2nd down. He'll gain about 3 to the 34. Tanner Gooden takes him down right at the 34 for a gain of 3, and that sets up a 3rd down and 3 for the Vikings.
Well, I would imagine with 2 plays pretty much up the middle, off tackle and over the center, that we might be looking for him going wide here.
Scott City's defense, 32% on the year on 3rd downs. 3rd and 3, Smoky Valley on 34, left hash mark, down 1. Counter left side, this is to Blanchett. He's going to have the 1st down as he gets upended and is tackled by Aaron Rellis at the 39-yard line. Also in on the tackle is Jace Thomas.
Those are, when you're in the wishbone and you have the 2 lead blockers, that's and a tight end set to that side, that's a lot of blockers to work your way through and try to make a tackle.
Yes. We're at the 10-minute mark of the first quarter. It's Scott City 7, Smoky Valley 6. The Vikings just converted a 3rd down. They have it at their own 39-yard line. Left hash mark. They'll split Blanchett to the right side, 1 to the left, I formation, tight end right side. Turn the give to Stanbaugh up the middle. He gets maybe 3 as at that surge to the 42-yard line on 1st down, sets up 2nd down and 10.
Well, I think our middle linebackers will do a good job containing the fullback. It's the rest of the backs that are a concern to me right now.
And, they're And when you watch Smoky Valley's line, they fire off low. That means those defensive tackles have to find a way to stay lower.
Yeah, I think one of their goals is that they make 3 or 4 yards of play. They're in 4-down territory the whole field.
2nd down and 7. Here's a keeper by Blanchett, right side.
And
and he gains 2. Good job by Thomas of stringing that out. Avery Noel will take him down for about a gain of about a yard, they'll say, to the 43, setting up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, we lost contain there with the option play, and Avery came up and made what looked like was going to be a significant gain. Made a great tackle and held him to just a couple yards gain.
Smoky Valley converted a 3rd down earlier on this drive. This is 3rd and 6, so this is their longest yards to go. 8:45 here in the first quarter, 7-6 Scott City.
Yeah, this is the down and distance we want them in.
Yes, they have 12 to snap it here. 2 tight end, wishbone set. They'll pass out of this. And they will option keep it, snake it back through left side. This is Blanchett. He'll get the outside. There is a flag on the play. Blanchett got the 1st down as he steps out of bounds to the 45-yard line of Scott City, but this is going to be coming back.
I think there's a holding on the edge. Holding on Smoky Valley on where the flag is thrown.
And right at the 43-yard line, right at the line of scrimmage. And our first penalty of the night. So this is the first time in 2 games that Scott City will see an opponent commit a penalty. Colby did not commit one last week.
Yep, penalties are huge. And that was wiped out a big run. We're losing contain on the corners there, and we need to get that shored up pretty quick.
Yes, 3rd and 16. Got to figure this could be a passing situation with 8:29 to go. First quarter clock stopped. That nullified a gain of about 12 for Blanchett. They'll run 3 receivers to the right. Tight end will be lined up to left side. Ball in the middle of the field. Carson Peel has 7 to snap it. Held quarterback, drawn himself, and he meets J.P. Harris for a huge loss of 4 to the 39-yard line. That was a rattling tackle that time by the senior linebacker.
Yeah, that was like one of those car commercials with a crash dummy in the front seat. With the seatbelt on, he got hit, and he went nowhere but down.
That'll force a punting situation. So all said and done with the penalty, Smoky Valley only gains a net 2 yards. They will send their senior punter, Tristan Stanball, only averages 30 yards a punt. He'll stand at his own 15. Scott City has Jace Thomas and Colin McDaniel deep to return. They're standing at their own 30-yard line. As we're at 7:45 mark of the first quarter, here's the snap and the kick. It's a wobbly kick, and this is a short one.
Stay away from it.
Scott City will get great field position. It goes into Scott City territory and out into the Smoky Valley sideline at the 49-yard line. That's just a 21, or make that a 22-yard punt.
Now we have to take advantage of this good field position. We're right where we want to be. Of course, a one-play scoring. Doesn't he just glide with the ball?
He does.
He made a nice little stutter move, cut back to the inside, then bounced it back out wide, and there was nobody even, they wouldn't have got him in touch football.
That was a 39-second drive for Scott City, and here's the PAT. It's on the way. It's perfect.
That's good.
14-6 Scott City, 6:59 here in period one. We'll come back in 30 seconds for the kickoff. This is Beaver football.
Let technology bring you closer.
It's about so much more than just providing the technology. It's about enriching the communities we live in. Because your community is our community. Where you live, where you work, where you play. We do too. Whatever you do, and wherever you are, our service supports you. Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Services Neil Baker, Fro Heating Cooling, Fro Ag Service, Fro Electric, Great Western Tire, Harris Chiropractic and Acupuncture, High Choice Feeders, Hey Mamie Farms, HRC Feed Yards, JNR Car and Truck, JNR Trucking, JF Beaver Advertising, and Jackson Legal Group. A quick two-play drive, 51 yards, 39 seconds. Chase Thomas from 52 yards out, and Freddie Signs knocks in the extra point. Here's a high. Signs end over and kick. It'll be taken by Dower at his own 6-yard line. They will hand it off right side. This is down the sideline. Autry, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and is hit at the 47-yard line. Brady Welker, and then finished off by Cesar Peregrino, but a nice return on the handoff for the return to the 48-yard line.
You know, it's no real secret where they're setting up their blocking. We have enough guys on the weak side, the back side, to take care of the guy if they do hand it off on the reverse, but we're just not getting where we need to be on the kickoff coverage. You know, Adam, this game kind of reminds me like when we played Smith Center years ago, and Smith Center got off to such a great start against us and looked like we were going to really have our hands full, and then ran off about 30 points in a row on them. I hope that's the case tonight.
Peel going for the home run ball on 1st and 10, and oversails his intended receiver on the left side. That's Braxton House. Evan Fry on the coverage, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that was pretty good coverage, but, you know, Evans given up, 5-6 inches of height.
That's yeah.
But he was pretty much with him.
At 5'6" against 6'1" there. 14-6 Scott City leads. 2nd and 10, 48-yard line. 6:43 to go in this first quarter. Now they actually spotted the ball wrong. They put it back to the 48. Camden Volgamore enters the game. It's a 2 tight end wishbone set. Peel goes under center on 2nd down. He'll turn and play fake again. Harris blitzes, rolling to his left. Pass is going to be too high. Almost
nice play by
intercepted.
Camden.
Yeah, Camden Volgamore breaking up the pass intended for Vincent Pickering, and it sets up a 3rd and 10 for the Vikings.
Yeah, that ball was accurately thrown. We just had really good coverage.
That was a good play there by the sophomore, 6 foot 160 pounds. 3rd and 10 for Smoky Valley, down 14-6 here with 6:38 in this opening period of play. 2 touchdowns, 1 for each side in the first minute of the game.
You know, this is a point of the game, you know, where Smoky Valley's kind of might be doing themselves a disservice to come out and throw the ball on 1st and 2nd down, because they've been having fairly good luck running.
3 receivers set. Peel looks in the middle of the field. Passes too high and incomplete. He was trying for Cade Blanchett. Oh, they're going to throw a late flag on the play. There wasn't pass interference. I don't know if it was just I don't know what the call is going to be. And it might be on Scott City. If that's the case, it's an automatic 1st down.
Well, I didn't see anything at all.
You can't call it a personal foul. It's incidental contact. They're going to call pass interference on Scott City. Wow. That's a tough break. And Coach Jim Turner out at the 50-yard line on the numbers there, wanting an explanation.
Well, that might be asked to explain the unexplainable.
Yeah. Scott City does not agree, and I'm kind of with them. That gives Smoky Valley an automatic 1st down at the Beaver 38.
I don't believe in high school there's such a ruling as the uncatchable ball, but that ball was uncatchable.
You're right there. Wishbone 2 tight end set, so new life in it. Carson Peel under center. He'll give it to Stanball left side, and he's going to be double-leg takedown that time by J.P. Harris right at the line of scrimmage for no gain, 2nd and 10.
Excellent job all the way around defensively that time.
They're going to give him a loss of a yard. Well, sometimes maybe that'll get you angry.
Well, we've taken some penalties this year that have been kind of head scratchers.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't see anything. You know, maybe on film it's there, but boy, that was pretty pity-patty.
5:55 first quarter, 14-6 Scott City. 2nd 11 Smoky Valley at the Scott City 39. I formation, toss left side. This is Justice Autry's first attempt of the afternoon. Gets by 1 and be pulled out of bounds by Avery Knoll. at about the 35-yard line. It is a gain of 4, setting up a 3rd and 6.
Now that was good blocking by Smoky Valley there on Jace Thomas. They kept him engaged just long enough to get the corner, but then we came up well from the defensive backfield position to limit it to a 3-yard gain.
3rd and 5 here with 5:43 clock stop first quarter. Smoky Valley 1-2 on 3rd downs. Counter play left side. Blanchett squirts through there. He's going to have the first down across the 29 to the 28. Make it the 27-yard line. A gain of 8 on the left side on 3rd down, and they love running over that left side.
Yes, they do. They got good linemen over there. They're pounding in that direction. You know, we really have given them a new life with that penalty, which really counts as a turnover because they were going to have to punt, and now they keep the drive alive.
1st and 10 for us set of downs. This will be first back through. That's going to be Stamba. He'll gain about 2 to the 25 on 1st down, as that's already his 4th carry of the quarter, setting up 2nd down and 8.
I think we have just enough depth to keep rotating defensive tackles in to keep people fresh, but we're going to have to make sure we stay low and come off the ball.
Smoky Valley, this will be their 7th play of this drive. They've run 14 plays compared to just 3 for Scott City. On 2nd down, Autry up the middle, gets to about the 22-yard line, setting up 3rd and 5 at the 22-yard line on 2nd down. Tackle made by J.P. Harris.
Well, interior-wise, we're doing a pretty good job of the stopping the plays between tackles, and we're going to have to watch for the outside plays. You know darn well they're in 4-down territory.
Yes. 4.5 to go first quarter. It's 14-6 Scott City. The Vikings trying to take advantage of a questionable pass interference a few plays ago that was caught on Scott City. They gave them an automatic first down. This is 4-down territory, 15 to snap it. Peel will hand it off. Nope, second back through left side to Blanchett. Scott City strings the play out well, but Blanchett lowers his shoulder, and he keeps his feet churning and gets the first down to the 16-yard line, a gain of 6. McDaniel brings him down.
That's just a big back there running hard. You know, we did a good job coming up and hitting, but he's a load.
He is. A fresh set of downs for the Vikings, and the defense just needs to get off the field. You look at the front 4 for Scott City. They already have their hands on their hips. They're tired.
Yeah, it's, you know, having coached against teams that run the ball, I mean, there's a helpless feeling when, you know, you can't stop the run. It's tough.
First down play is stopped in the backfield by Lawson Bailey. Justice Autry, he's tackled for a yard loss, make that about a 2-yard loss to the 18, setting up 2nd down and 12.
It's been a while since they've run to our defensive left, their offensive right. And with play like that, where do they lose 2 yards? They'll probably be going back to the left side here.
They've had the ball for about 7 or 8 minutes of this first quarter. 2nd down, 12, 18-yard line, 14-6 Beaver lead, 3.5 to go first quarter, under 3.5. Wishbone 2 tight end set. Peel under center. He'll hand it to the first back through Stambaugh, and he barrels his way to the 15 for about a gain of 3, setting up a 3rd and about 9.
3rd and 9. Or is it 4th and... Yeah, 3rd and 9 here. That's right.
He has 5 carries and 10 yards in this first quarter. We're at the 3-minute mark of the opening period, 14-6, but Smoky Valley has been 3 of 4 on 3rd downs. They have converted 2 of them on this drive. 15 to snap it. Wishbone 2 tight end set. And it'll be a counter play. Left side of Blanchett is drilled in the backfield by J.P. Harris at the 19-yard line. A big play for the senior linebacker on 3rd down.
We picked a good time to blitz our middle linebacker and right to where they were running, and J.P. made no mistake about it there.
And they're going to bring in Cesar Peregrino on this 4th down package. 4th and about 13 for Smoky Valley. They're at the Scott City 19-yard line with 2:20 to go first quarter. This is the 12th play of the drive. Scott City's defense this year, 31% on 4th down, a 3-receiver set. Plenty of time to snap it. 2 receivers to the right, 1's left. The Beavers up by 8. Back to pass after a high snap. Under duress in the middle of the field. Pass is going to be incomplete. It was behind the intended receiver, Vincent Pickering, but the pressure applied by the interior line by the Scott City defense, and a big turnover on downs with 2:03 left in this first quarter.
Yeah, defense came up big there after, you know, giving up a couple first downs. You know, this could be one of those games, too, where time of possession doesn't mean a whole lot. You know, if we're scoring in 3-play drives, we're not going to have much time of possession. We're going to be on the field a lot for defense. But you know what? I'll take those quick scores.
Absolutely. Scott City's only run 3 plays in this first quarter, 2 touchdowns. Smoky Valley has run 19 plays. It's 14-6 Beavers. Shotgun, Metzger on first down. Well, swinging out to left. Here's a little tunnel screen for Avery Knoll. 25-yard line. Has the first down across the 30 to the 34-yard line. A gain of 15 on the play, and the tackle is made by Ethan Abel.
Yeah, that was a good job of blocking out there. You run those slip screens out there, wide receiver. People have to block, and we did a good job of getting the point of attack blocked, and Avery made a guy miss, and we pick up a first down.
34-yard line, 1st and 10. That was Knoll's 9th reception of the year. Final minute 45 of this first quarter, 14-6 Beaver lead. Welker on first down. He is upended immediately as the outside backer, Austin Sharp, drops him for about a 2-yard loss to the 32. 2nd and 12.
Well, Smoky Valley looked like they knew what was coming there.
Yes, they did.
Maybe they're keying on stopping Brady. If I was coaching against Scott City, I think that's where I would start too. We need to stop Brady, but the thing is, we've got other backs that can hurt you just as well.
2nd and dozen. They'll throw it out to Jackson Rumford. He'll make the catch. Oh, good open field tackle by Nolan Dower, but a minimal gain, setting up about a 3rd and about 6 at the 37. That's a gain of 4 on 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a shoestring tackle and holding on to the shoestrings. If Jackson could have got that one foot free, he could have been off to the races down the sideline.
45 seconds in this first quarter. 14-6 for Scott City. The Beavers this year on 3rd down are 40%. They were 4 of 9 at Colby last week. This one with about 8 to go. They need to get it to their own 44.
We might want to watch that formation again where we run 2 people deep, and then the inside receiver ran an out route, and he was wide open.
Empty backfield down the seam. Wide open is Chase Thomas. 40, 35, 30, 20. He's going to score. 10, 5, touchdown. The Beavers have put up 20 big ones on 3rd down. Wide open. Chase Thomas in the middle of the field. And with 19 seconds to go, first quarter is 20-6 for the Beavers.
That was an excellent job of scheming that play. When you have 2 receivers to one side, running the back out of the backfield down the middle of the field, all he has to do is get by the linebackers, who in high school football normally don't take guys 15 yards down the field. And Jace was wide open, pass was on the money, and away we went.
And the extra point is money. 21-6 Scott City. We're still in the first quarter, and 19.6 to go. We'll keep it right here. That drive for the Beavers was just a 4-play, 81-yard drive that takes less than 2 minutes. That was their longest scoring drive of the night.
Yeah, we're slipping. It took us 4 to score that time.
Yes. And a 63-yard pass play from Metzger to Thomas. They have connected twice this year, first time since the Cimarron game, and also into the same end zone.
Well, let's have some good kickoff coverage.
Yes. That's the one thing that's really hurt Scott City tonight has been their kickoff coverage. The Beavers with 21 unanswered points here in this first quarter, 19.3 to go here in the opening period. That drive taking 1:43 to be exact.
Well, if I was a betting man, I would imagine Smoky Valley isn't going to run this return up the middle. They're going to go to one side or the other, and they very well might do the reverse instead of faking it like they have been. Well, there's the short.
And it's a bouncer picked up at the 20-yard line.
He has nowhere to go.
And Dower, he's going to take it to the 25. He's met by the Cavalry. Avery Knoll leads the charge there at the 25. He's slowed down about the 20-yard line, but that's probably the best kick that Science has had all night, really. It's not the longest, but it's most efficient.
Well, a kick like that, it's kind of a spiral, an odd-looking kick, totally screws up their timing for the play. They're trying to set up something going to their sideline, the east side of the field, but the kick was to the west side, and there was no way he was going to run clear across the field and fake a handoff or get to that wall. So, we pretty well had him on his own out here.
21-6 Scott City lead, 14 seconds to go first quarter, 25-yard line, Vikings right hash mark. Second back to right side, Autry on first down.
Nice job.
And a good job that time. Colin McDaniel upends Autry for a gain of 2 to the 27, and what appears to be the final play of period 1. 12 minutes in the books here.
Well, that was a good double-leg takedown by Colin there. Executed perfectly.
He's done a few of those.
1 point for the tackle, 2 for the takedown.
21-6 after 1. We'll come back in a minute for the second quarter of play. This is Beaver football.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD.
Right
today.
now, that's a 7-0 Cheney lead after one. Holcomb and Pratt are tied at 13 after one, and Wamego over Ulysses, 14-0. 2nd and 8 for Smoky Valley as play resumes at their own 27 as they flip sides of the field. Right hash mark. Carson Peel second back through. He breaks through one level, but the second wave will knock down the running back, Justice Autry, for a gain of about a yard to the 28.
Yeah, I think that was Aaron Ruelas that got in there and kind of disrupted the timing of the play. He didn't make the tackle in the backfield, but he slowed the running back down enough for, to hold it to a minimal gain. I think he only gained 1 yard on the play.
Yes, he did. 3rd and 7. First minute of the second quarter, the Vikings 3 of 5 on third down.
Pass.
Peel back to pass under duress. They'll flip it out to the flats, wide open, and it's going to be a first down, a spin move. Here's Pickering. He will take it to the 40-yard line. A nice reception and a first down to the 41, a gain of about 13.
Yeah, outside linebacker, when the quarterback rolls like that, he cannot come up quite that fast. We left the receiver totally alone and went after the quarterback and made it for a real easy completion.
41-yard line, 1st and 10 for Smoky Valley. Scott City 21, Vikings 6, first minute of the second quarter. I formation with 2 receivers to the right, tied into left side. Peel will hand it off to Banball, and he's going to be stood up for about a 2-yard gain, maybe a 1-yard gain, that is, to the 42-yard line. The interior line of the Beaver defense with the stop, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Tanner Gooden did a really nice job of getting off his block there and put it in the shoulder into him, the running back, holding the 2-yard gain. Long 1, short 2.
About 2nd and 9, 42-yard line.
It's a good sign. Our defensive tackles are starting to assert themselves.
They'll line up Blanchett as a wing to the left, tied in left side and right, I formation. Under center is a senior Peel. He's one of his first 3 passing. It'll be the second back there, the double dive, and diving forward is the 735-pound senior Justice Autry at the 46-yard line for a gain of about 4, and Adrian Elder is injured on the play.
Yeah, Adrian took on at least 2, maybe 3 blockers there, and he had them stonewalled at the line of scrimmage. I don't know what he might have heard. I hate to speculate.
Yes. He was injured against Millwood earlier. We're going to take a timeout here. 10:07 to go, third quarter. Third down and about 5 when we come back. It's 21-6 Scott City. Let's take a quick timeout. This is Scott City Beaver football.
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience uniquely theirs, where excellence meets elegance and healthcare is personalized just for you. Scott County Hospital and Scott City Clinics, skilled physicians and nurses will help your family prepare for the birth of your baby. The private, comfortable, secure rooms for labor, delivery, and postpartum care include jacuzzi tubs for pain management during labor. Call Scott City Clinic to set an appointment today. We put our heart in healthcare.
Well, the good news, Adrian Elder kind of up under his own power as he limps to the sideline. In for him is Braden Bruner here on this 3rd and 5 play. Play resume here at 10:07 of the second quarter. It's Scott City 21, Smoky Valley 6.
Yeah. Good thing he could walk off on his own because he's a big load to try to carry off the field.
Vikings are 4 of 6 on 3rd downs tonight. And then we'll hand it off right side. This is to Autry. He is going to get the first down into Scott City territory. He'll take it to the 47-yard line as they go right side on 3rd down. They're now 5 of 7 on 3rd down, and they will move the chains for already the 7th time in this first half. He has 7 carries to Autry and 20 yards.
Yeah, we kind of have a makeshift defensive line in there right now, and I hope Smoky Valley doesn't take advantage of it.
And Jaden Lewis now in there at D end as well. Aaron Ruelas is out for the time being. Scott City 46-yard line, middle of field. 1st and 10, Wishbone 2 tight end set. Here's a counter play left side to Blanchett. 45 and is across the 40, gain of 9 on 1st down. And Colin McDaniel, Camden Volgamore was the only one that separated Blanchett from the end zone, 2nd and a yard.
Well, he isn't a real shifty runner, but what he is a powerful runner. You know, he runs the ball like he's looking for somebody to hit him or somebody for him to hit.
2nd and 1. We're at the 9-minute mark of this first half. Scott City 21, Smoky Valley 6. The Vikings have run a ton of plays already in this first half. This is their 8th play of the drive. Handoff to Stambaugh up the middle. He's going to get the first down to the 34-yard line, a gain of 3 as he runs it up the middle there on 2nd down and a yard. That's his 8th or 7th carry for 14 yards in this first half.
Well, this is good time now to get a stop.
And this will be their 28th play of the game. Scott City's only run 7.
Now the time of possession has to be huge in favor of Smoky Valley.
Absolutely.
They haven't shown that they've been able to stop us. But we've at least slowed them down.
34-yard line, handoff right side to Autry on 1st down. As a flag comes out, he will gain about 2 to the 30, 3 to the 31, but flags littering the field on 1st and 10. This is more than likely in the vicinity of a hold.
Yeah, it's coming back for a holding. You know, this is something that Smoky Valley is going to have a hard time overcoming with their offense is, getting in behind the chains right off the get-go when we're looking at 1st and 20.
So 1st down and long coming up, holding Smoky Valley, excuse me.
Yeah, it looks like it's from the spot of the foul, so this will probably be 1st and 19 maybe.
Yeah. So a yard gain for Justice Autry, then you tack on 10, second penalty for the Vikings, 20 yards. They'll mark this at the 30 or 42-yard line, really 1st and 18.
Yeah, their holding calls have brought back plus yardage gains too, so it's kind of been the double whammy against them.
Yes, it has. Wishbone 2 tight end setup, 4 down lineman for the Beavers. Ball at the 42 of Scott City. This will be a counter play left side. Trying to bounce it out as Blanchett. Scott City strings the play. Well, another flag comes out, and Blanchett will take it to the 38-yard line.
I'm pretty sure they had some holding on Tarango. Alex isn't a very big player, but it looked like there was a lot of grabbing going on on him.
And that could be it. You saw Brady Welker and Gus Griffith, left tackle, kind of shake hands there after that play, and maybe he was a guilty one. It'd be 2nd and about 13 if you take the play, but Scott City's going to back that train up even further.
Yeah, it's tough for an offensive lineman when a player spins out to not grab. You've lost leverage on him, and you want to get your hands out and grab something. It never works out because you're right out there on the edge, and somebody's going to see it.
8 minutes to go first half. It's now 2nd and 28. Ball for Smoky Valley is at their own 48-yard line. Scott City with a 21-6 lead, under 8 to go first half.
This is when a good pass rush would really come in handy.
And a low snap, that'll help.
Yeah, it
and
will.
Peel will throw it late, and it's incomplete.
There is nobody anywhere around that ball.
As the outside the
that's
tackle
an eligible
box.
Receiver. That's got to be intentional grounding.
They did change the rules a little bit on intentional grounding this year.
Well, number one, it didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, and number two, there was no eligible receiver in the area.
And, well, we may have the intentional grounding. The official signaling like it might be intentional grounding. Well, he's acting like it might be. We'll see.
Well, he's doing a good job of acting because I don't see a flag on the field.
They're still talking it over. Yeah, I guess it's not going to be intentional grounding. It didn't. Yeah, you're right, Skip. That ball did not get to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I don't want to be a backseat referee, but
yeah. 2nd and 28, 48-yard line with 7:46 to go first half. Pass right side. Pass is caught, and a nice tackle made by Colin McDaniel. Also in there was Avery Knowles to the Scott City 44-yard line. That'll be about an 8-yard pass play to Pickering, as those two have combined for 2 completions for 21 yards, setting up a 3rd down and about 20. And this has been a long series here. And now in there you have a freshman in there. Emilio Contreras in there on the D-line.
Well, Emilio's got a motor. He for a freshman, he's a pretty tough kid.
Back to passes. Peel 5 of 7 on 3rd downs. That one sails incomplete, but that was thanks to Aaron Morelos, who was about ready to drill Carson Peel as he threw the pass. Now the Vikings are 5 of 8 on 3rd down, and Coach Tim Lambert will send the punt unit out with 7:03 to go first half.
Yeah, one thing about their passing attack is they've got some tall receivers to throw to, and that does give them an advantage if the ball is well thrown, and that one sailed over his head, so there wasn't any catching it.
Second punt of the night for the Vikings. Tristan Stanball stand at his own 41 to take the snap from Ethan Abel. Scott City has Thomas and Colin McDaniel deep to return this, standing at their own 10. A decent snap. Here's the kick away. A much better kick. It's a back-spinning kick. Thomas will catch it at his own 10-yard line right side. 15, 20, 25, and it'll be upended right there. And a nice tackle there made by Trevor Jones, the 165-pound senior. So about a 30 or 40-yard, 35-yard punt, about a 16-yard return.
Well, I was afraid they were going to get us pinned back there close to our goal line, but getting the ball on that exchange at the 25 is not a bad deal.
Scott City with it at their own 20. They'll say officially 26, 1st and 10. There's already 5+ minutes gone in this second quarter.
This would be a good time to put together a long 6, 7, 8 play drive.
It's toss left side to Brady Welker. Fights through 2. No face mask call as he takes it for about 4 on 1st down to the 30-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6. On the tackle that time was Alex Grunslin for Smoky Valley.
I think we're trying to get Brady involved in the offense, but Smoky Valley's done a good job of keying on him, and they're letting the other guys go, so that's good too.
Welker and Rumford split wide to the right, 2 wings set up. Now that's Thomas in motion on 2nd down. They'll throw it out to Welker, a low throw. Oh, they call that a completion. No, now it's a late signal incomplete.
Yeah, he took that off the grass.
I was going to say, yeah, that was the right call initially. They're incomplete, but it sets up 3rd and 6.
If that ball would have led him to the outside instead of been underthrown, we had something working there.
Mm-hmm. Scott City with the ball, 21-6 lead, 6:13 here in the second quarter. This is their second 3rd down attempt. See what the Beavers draw up here. With 2 wings, tight end right side, receiver right is Welker. An empty backfield, also receiver left. Back to passes, Metzger on 3rd down. Here's the blitz, and he is going to be popped at the 24-yard line and is driven back and then slammed to the turf late. That was just...
that was uncalled for.
I agree.
The whistle sounded, and driving back another 10 and planting him in the grass.
Scott City's usually getting penalized for those plays, but I guess not tonight. But that's how the official interprets it. A loss of 7, and Scott City will be forced to punt for the first time tonight.
Well, that wasn't the series of downs that we were looking for, Adam.
They only run about a minute and a half off this clock as well. Welker averages 38 yards a punt, gets a snap from Jaden Lewis. Boosts this one away, a low end over and kick. It's going to roll inside the 40. And then Autry has to fall on it way back at the 28-yard line after a win off his fingertips. And in 5:24 to go first half, Smoky Valley lost some field on that. And they'll have it at their own 28 with a 21-6 Beaver lead.
If he wouldn't have got his fingertips on that ball might have rolled down there close to the end zone.
Yes.
As it was, he had to cover it before we got to it, but that flipped the field position. It looked like they were going to have the ball somewhere around midfield, and now they're back around the 27-yard line.
28-yard line, 1st and 10 with 5:24 to go first half. That was about a 48-yard punt First and 10, I formation. Handoff to, keeper this time, left side. Here's Carson Peel. Scott City will slow him down for about a 4-yard gain to the 32-yard line. In on the tackle that time was Avery Knoll, also in there. Looked like Jace Thomas, 2nd down and 6.
You know, Avery has improved as a football player leaps and bounds over his freshman year.
We're approaching the 5-minute mark of the first half. It is Scott City 21, Smoky Valley 6. After the barrage of scoring in the first quarter, we haven't seen anything yet here in this second. You have 2 receivers set to the right, tied in left side I formation. A little bit of a mismatch there with Tarango and Blanchett, but they'll hand it off on second down. A flag comes out, and it's to the 40-yard line for Tristan Stambaugh. We might get another hold here.
Yeah, our defensive tackle was held. That's Braden Brunner there. He had a pretty good grab on him.
That's their 4th penalty, all on holds here in this first half. And that was right at about the yard play there.
Well, I think they're getting their money's worth on the holds, though.
Boy, they're going to mark this, holy cow, all the way back to the 19-yard line. That was almost like a 15-yard.
Did he call a chop block?
I thought he called hold. I could see kind of Tim Lambert over on the far side saying, if that's a hold, that should only be a 10-yard penalty. All right, 2nd and long, I guess.
Go figure.
I guess we'll call it a 15-yard penalty.
Got bonus yards there?
Yeah. So it's 2nd down and long at the 19. They have to get to the 38, 2nd and 19. 4.5 to go first half. 21-6 Scott City. 2 receivers to the right. Back to passes. Peel on 2nd down. Steps up, throws the home run ball. Right side, and Cade Blanchett couldn't find it in the lights. Alex Trango on the coverage. Sets up 3rd down and long.
Well, Alex was running with him, but there's another height mismatch, and the ball was thrown to the outside, but led him right out of bounds, so, it wasn't going to be a completion anyway.
3rd down and 3rd and 19-yard line. Smoky Valley, 4 of 7 on 3rd downs. I can't believe this is already their 8th 3rd down attempt of the night with 4:22 to go second quarter. I formation, wing to the right, receiver right, and 2 tight end set. Back to passes. Peel, he's under duress. He throws it late. Pass is caught and then immediately dropped at the 25-yard line by Alex Tarango. They go to Vincent Pickering for a gain of 6, but well shy of the first down, and that's the first 3 and out of the night for Smoky Valley.
Well, they're surely not going to go for this on 4th down, I would think.
Yeah.
Not at this down and distance.
You would think.
Alex did a nice job there just playing his position. They give him the short completion, know the down and distance, make the tackle when he catches the ball, we'll get off the field.
4th down and 13 to 25. Smoky Valley is taking their time. They may be considering this.
Oh, I think they're just going to try to leave us with as less time as they possibly can.
Both teams have all 3 timeouts. The timeout signaled 1 on the play clock. We'll take a quick timeout as well. 3:28 first half. It's Scott City 21, Smoky Valley 6. We'll come back in 30 seconds. This is Beaver Football.
As your local community foundation, we are dedicated to preserving local wealth so the communities in and around Scott County will forever remain an attractive place to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. To learn more, visit us online at scottcf.org.
Adding value to our community has been our priority since day one. That's why the Scott Co-op is here with 8 elevator locations, 2 service stations, 5 card trolls, bulk fuel and oil delivery, as well as a full-service agronomy department, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Visit us online at scottcoop.com or download our app for more information. Scott Co-op is a proud supporter of our local communities.
Smoky Valley calling the timeout, even though they're down 15. They think they showing that they're going to punt this.
I don't know. There wasn't much advantage to be gained one way or the other.
But We'll see if Cade Blanchard maybe throws this as well on a fake punt on 4th and 13. Nope, it's back to stand ball. He'll boot this one away. But it's a short,
poor kick.
Wobbly kick. It goes left side. Thomas wanted to pick it up and run. He just slides to the turf at the 40-yard line. He tried to go back for it. It ends up being a 35-yard punt and no return at the 41 of Smoky Valley for the Beavers with all 3 timeouts and 3:19 to go in the half.
Yeah, when that ball hit the ground, it took a hard right turn. As they say, it's not a round ball.
No. This is a big score here for Scott City, or big possession. If you can get a score here, you can go down and maybe get the ball to begin the second half. Braden Bruner in a tackle, unbalanced, look to left side. Welker on first down, runs into his own defender.
I'm afraid
blocker.
He might have fumbled that too. I would say he was down before the ball came out.
They are going to say he recovered it. Oh. So a gain of 4 for Welker on 1st and 10. It's 2nd and 6, 45-yard line. Yeah, that was a close call.
You know, we've gone away from plays that have worked for us. You know, I know you want to get Brady involved, but, you know, here we go.
Jace Thomas right side, midfield, spins forward, and he's going to be close to a first down. Yes, he's got it at the 47-yard line, a gain of 8 on second down. That's Thomas's second carry. He has 60 yards. He has 2 total touchdowns. Scott City's first and 10 of the period.
You know, sometimes, you know, Brady's a really good blocker. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, we're just going to be better off with Brady blocking than Brady running the ball.
2.5 to go first half, 21-6 Scott City. Pistol wing tee, 2 receiver set, 1 to both sides. Man in motion, Lawson Bailey takes a direct snap or jet sweep left side, turns it upfield, a flag comes out, and Beavers will be penalized for their second time tonight. So he took it for about 2 to the 45-yard line. All indications signal holding or on Scott City.
You know, that's hard when you're a wide receiver blocking, and you know you have to hold the guy, or not holding, but blocking for an extended period of time. It's easy to get your hands in there. And again, then you're right out in the open.
It'll be about a 2-yard gain for Bailey, who has 2 carries and 77 yards, and then you get the 10-yard penalty, so it's really 1st and 18. I know that's weird how you get a gain of 2 and then a holding on top of it, but that's how they do the stats.
That's life in the fast lane.
Yes, 2:15 to go first half. Pistol wing tee, tight end right, receiver left. From their own 45, Metzger back to pass, sets up a middle screen for Jackson Rumford, makes the catch 50, and is tackled at the 49 of Smoky Valley that time. And a good play by Nolan Dower sets up second down and about 12 with under 2 to go first half.
I've seen us run that middle screen to the tight end probably 4 or 5 times this year, and we're always 1 block away from it breaking big.
Yes. That's Rumford's 18th reception of the year. Second down at about 12, 49 of Smoky Valley, minute 40 to go first half. An empty backfield. Metzger steps up in the pocket under duress, and he is going to be dropped at midfield. Another sack for Smoky Valley. Alex Grossland with the sack at the 92nd mark of the first half, setting up 3rd down and 13. And now it's Scott City Burns time. We'll take it as well.
You know, on that play, we got to look for the shorter routes sometimes.
Let's take a 30-second timeout here with 1:22 to go first half. Back in 30 seconds for 3rd and long for the Beavers. This is Scott City football.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
Football tonight presented by Lebanon Lawn and Tree, Lone Tree Farms and Livestock, McCarty Family Farms, Metzger Appraisals, Metzger Family Farms, Midwest Mixer, Western Bearing, Miller Veterinary Clinic, Norder Supply, New Life Market, Plain Gents, Platinum H Insurance, Pokey Feeders. Well, after an eventful first quarter, it's been a quiet second quarter. It's been won by the defenses and penalties. 21-6 Beaver lead here late first half.
Well, as Smoky Valley has a high advantage on some wide receivers, we have Jackson Rumford out here split wide, and he does have a high advantage.
Third and 13, a reverse play right side. This is Alex Strangle, the speedster. Oh, he gets knocked down at the 44-yard line. He was close to breaking. That's a gain of 7 to the 43. Sets up a 4th and about 6 here with 1:08 to go first half.
I think if Alex would have been a little more patient and bumped that to the outside, he might have had something.
Well, Scott City's showing that they might go for it here. The new little wrinkle in the Scott City there I had seen this year. They are showing that they're going to go for it here with 50 seconds to go first half. On the year, Scott City 58% on 4th downs. They'll run up to the line here with 10 to snap it. 3 receivers set, 2 wings. Metzger rolls to his left on 4th down, under duress immediately, and he breaks through a couple, but the second wave for a 2-yard loss, and that's going to bring up a turnover on downs here with 32.5 seconds to go first half.
If you're going to try to roll out, you have to get that outside man blocked so the quarterback can get to the outside, and we're just not doing a very good job of that.
So it's going to put the ball for Smoky Valley with 2 timeouts at their own 46-yard line with 32.5 seconds to go first half. Scott City will get the football to begin the second half. It's 21-6 right now for the Beavers, but no scoring in the second quarter. They send Cade Blanchett to the right, also Ethan Abel to the left.
Well, this is a big series. It'd be a great lift for Smoky Valley to get some points on the board.
And they're going to go for the home run ball, and it's incomplete. They're trying to find Cade Blanchett, overshot him. That runs about 6 seconds off the clock, 2nd and 10.
Well, we may have gotten away with pass interference there. It looked like there's some hands on the receiver, and we are giving up, 8 inches of height there?
Yeah. A 2nd down and 8, or 2nd and 10, excuse me. 46-yard line for Smoky Valley, 26.7 to go first half. 21-6 Beaver lead. Peel back to pass on 2nd down, the blitz. They pick it up, and he throws the ball right side. This is the same play. It's underthrown and knocked away. Good defensive play by Jace Thomas as they tried to go to the tight end, Vincent Pickering. That runs another 6 seconds off the clock, setting up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it was a tight end wheel out in the flat and then up the field, and Jace did a great job of staying with him. The only thing better than that would have been if we would have sacked the quarterback.
Yes. Yeah, they were close there. Third down and 10. Smoky Valley's 5 of 9 on 3rd downs tonight. Trailing the Beavers 21-6, 20 seconds to go first half. Peel back to pass. Oh, it's the Statue of Liberty play left side. They got rid of a flag. There was an easy hold. The first down for Autry. There was an easy hold there. That stops the clock with 11.6. You could see the hold out in the open that time. But it gained 14 yards or 15 to the 39.
That was pretty well executed right up until the hold.
They've run that a couple of times this year that we've seen on film, and that's a hold on Smoky Valley. That was it's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. As Autry got about 11 yards, or he'll gain 11 yards officially on that. He has 9 carries, 33 yards. But 11.6 to go first half. It's 3rd and 9 at the 47. The clock runs, and Coach Tim Lambert will burn his final timeout here with 4.9 seconds to go first half. Or second to last timeout, excuse me. But we'll go ahead and keep it right here. Scott City up 21-6. This is pretty much 53 yards or nothing here to end this half.
Yeah. Did you call me Tim, by the way?
I'm sorry. It's habits, you know. I've worked with him for a long time. But Skip, I'm sorry.
Yeah. If this ball doesn't get thrown deep, it'll be news flash. You know, to throw the ball deep, the quarterback has to have a couple seconds. So, you know, getting a good pass rush is really important. You know, so many times in the collegiate and pro level, you see the 3-man rush, and the quarterback has all day. Well, you know, you give a good quarterback time to throw, and he's going to find somebody. I don't care how many guys you have back on defense.
Yeah, with 3rd and 9 here. You don't want to drop everybody deep, but at the same time, you don't want to give up anything deep either.
Yeah, well, yards aren't a fact. I mean, yards are really meaningless. So we give up 40 yards on this play, halftime's over. You know.
But you don't want a defensive penalty simultaneously either.
Absolutely.
Smoky Valley will run trips to the right, tight end left side. 3rd down and 9 officially at their own 47-yard line. Final play of the half And Scott City shows a blitz. It's picked up by Smoky Valley. Now Caesar Peregrino will sack Peel all the way back to the 35-yard line on the final play of the first half. It was an explosion of scoring in the first quarter, the complete opposite in the second quarter. Scott City takes a 21-6 lead in the locker room over the Smoky Valley Vikings here in this Week 9 playoff game. We'll take a 3-minute break, come back with your scoring summary and more here at halftime. This is Scott City Beaver football.
The new farming landscape.
Welcome back to the BBN Weekly Newscast at halftime. I'm Annie Talbert.
And I'm Jimena Garcia. Tonight, we have Hannah Farrell with an update on the cross-country team.
For sports this week, we will talk about state cross-country, the football team's progress, and the ending to a great volleyball season. The cross-country boys placed second at regionals and will attend Rimrock this weekend. Belle Trout, who individually qualified for state, will also be attending.
This season's gone really well. I've really enjoyed it. We've gotten a lot of work done. At Rimrock, I got 72 out of 392. We've been working a lot on distance and speed, and we've done a lot of hill workouts. Thanks to Mulligan. A lot of the things we do is we'll stretch, and then a couple of the workouts we've done we've run through the grass barefoot. Several of the athletes, they've done biking instead since they've been injured. At GWAC the boys got first and we got third, and then at regionals I qualified and the boys got second. It's I've been wanting to do this for a long, long time. 7th grade, I've been dreaming about this, so it's insane.
Thanks for letting me interview you. Good luck to all the cross-country runners this weekend. Volleyball ended their season last Saturday in Goodland. Great season, ladies. Football took a win over Colby last week, winning 48-0. They will play Smoky Valley tonight at home. Good luck, boys. And for BBN News, I'm Hannah Farrell.
Thanks, Hannah.
Let's go to Thad to hear our weekend weather forecast.
Here's this weekend's weather on BBN Weekly News. This Saturday will be sunny with temperatures reaching around 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Saturday night will be partly cloudy with a low of roughly 32 degrees. Sunday is all sunny with a high of 68. Sunday night is mostly clear with a low of 32. For BBN News, I'm Thaddeus Butler.
Thanks, Thad. Sounds like we're going to have some chillier weather this weekend.
To watch the full weekly newscast, head to our YouTube channel. Have a great weekend, Beavers. And with that, for BBN Weekly News, I'm Jimena Garcia.
And I'm Annie Talbert. See you next week.
Western State Bank proudly supports Scott Community High School students and athletes as they prepare for another great year of achievements. Just as our students prepare for another successful year, we encourage you to be prepared for whatever life may bring you. Stop in and talk with the knowledgeable staff at Western State Bank, whether it be a new home loan, financing for your business, or any one of our checking and savings account options. We're here to help you. Make sure to check out all of our internet banking options provided at WSBKS.com. Western State Bank, member FDIC. And as always, go Beavers.
Here tonight is Skip Numerick, Stevity student engineer. Well, after a 21-6 first quarter score for Scott City, it's no change of score. 21-6 here at the break, but it was the first quarter that was dominated by the offenses. They only need one play to get into the end zone, both teams, in the first 40 seconds. Scott City only ran about 7 plays in the first quarter.
Yeah.
To score their 3 touchdowns, they run 9 plays in the second quarter with no scores, but go figure.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns in 39 seconds. That was quite a start to the game. And, Scott City's offense has slowed down. We've had our chances. We've had some field position. We've kind of let some good opportunities get away from us. And sometimes that can come back to haunt you, but our defense is playing stout enough that they've kept us in the game, and a 15-point lead is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, you're absolutely right here, and it's been the first half, second quarter dominated by the defenses. Smoky Valley probably on their end, they have to look like, man, the thing that's really holding us back is our penalties. They've moved the ball well at times here, but the Scott City defense has done a good job simultaneously. But a couple of those drives, that was a lot of holdings that you have to adjust to what the officials are calling.
They're not going to let – they've called holding on Scott City too.
Yes.
You're right. You have to adjust, and the referees are not going to let holding penalties go. We get the kickoff to start the second half, and I hope we have a good series of downs getting planned in the locker room right now, because we come out and put a drive together and put some points on the board, and it's going to be hard for Smoky Valley to come back.
Absolutely, and we'll get to some of the yardage here in a little bit here in this first half. Right now, look at the scoring summary. It was Smoky Valley after a long kickoff return from their own 15, 53 yards to the Scott City 32. It was a fake handoff, and the quarterback keeper 32 yards by the quarterback, Carson Peel. That was the first score of the game. That happened with 11:40 to go first quarter. The extra or 2-point conversion was no good out of the back of the end zone as they rolled to the right for the incomplete pass. 6-0. Smoky Valley led it there after Scott City returned the kickoff to the 25-yard line. It only took Scott City one play to score. It was Lawson Bailey around the end left side 75 yards later to tie the game up at 6. The Freddie Sines PAT made it 7-6. That was all in the first quarter. 39 seconds into the game. 2 plays, 2 touchdowns. Scott City with a 7-6 lead. Smoky Valley would be forced to punt on their second series of the game. That would be they would get a first down and then forced to punt. And then Scott City would go on their second series, 2 plays and 51 yards and 39 seconds. It was a 52-yard Jace Thomas run. Freddie Sines' PAT was 6:59 to go first quarter, made it 14-6. Smoky Valley would hold the ball and move the ball down the field on 12 plays on their next series. They would turn the ball over on downs at the Scott City 18-yard line. And then Scott City on third down play, they would get a 64-yard pass play from Dylan Metzger to Jace Thomas. Sines kicked the extra point with 19 seconds to go in the first quarter to make it 21-6. The teams have had issues moving the ball in the second quarter. Smoky Valley had a couple of first downs that had it for the first 5+ minutes of the second quarter, and they would have a couple of 3-and-outs with the Vikings. Scott City would have a 1 3-and-out, would miss a 4th down opportunity, and that's where we're at here at the break at 21-6. So interesting the adjustments made to the second half here for both teams.
Well, I know one thing for both teams, first down is really important, and it doesn't really matter that we get 10 or 12 yards, the 3, 4, 5 yards, so we're not out of sync for the rest of our play calling. When we get stuffed, and really about all teams, when you get stuffed on first down and you're in second and long, it changes the play calling, and you may have to get away from what you want to do and maybe some of your team's strength just because of the down and distance.
Yeah, you're right there. It's been a good defensive battle in the second quarter on offensive explosion for both sides in the first quarter. Here at the break, 21-6 Scott City. We'll take another 3-minute break. We'll run down the first half stats. We'll also bring you scores from 3A and beyond after this 3 minutes break. This is Beaver Football.
If you're like most people, you travel all over, and it doesn't take much for your vehicle.
White's Food Liner is located at 1314 South Main Street in Scott City, Kansas. They are open daily from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Home delivery is available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. just by calling 620-872-5854. They are a full-service grocery store offering a wide selection of varieties at affordable prices. Sign up today for their mobile app. Look for it in the App Play Store under White's Food Liner. Don't forget to visit today.
animals as much as you love caring for them. Doctors Callista Miller, Stacy Rogers, Ellie Minix, and staff provide quality and compassionate care for your pet's health. They invite you to bring your animals in for checkups to keep their health in top shape. Miller Veterinary Clinic is also a full-service
With over
clinic
10
and
years of experience, Jamie at JW Enterprise can repair your windshield quickly and conveniently. Even if you don't have time to make it to the shop, Jamie can fix your windshield from your home, or he can come get your vehicle for you. JW Enterprise is insured and Safe Flight certified. He might be operating under a different name, but Jamie still provides the same quality of service. Let Jamie at JW Enterprise fix that chip in your windshield now. Find JW Enterprise on Facebook or give him a call at 785-260-7773.
How would you describe your career?
Rewarding. It's more than just a job.
Great vacation, great sick pay.
Great opportunities to move forward. Good work environment, good people. Always something new, always something different.
Every day you learn something new.
Their commitment to education is second to none.
They pay for my school.
I love it because we're all one big happy family.
Family.
Family. It's like a family.
Grow your career with American Implement and John Deere.
Skip Numerick filling in tonight here as we take a look at the first half stats here. And it is first half of stats that Scott City does lead as well here, but we'll get to it here a little bit. Smoky Valley has run the ball 27 times already in this first half for 100 yards. And they had a bulk of those yards in the first quarter, but they're 3 of 9 through the air for 27 yards. Their leading rusher is Justice Autry with 9 carries for 33 yards in the first half. Carson Peel had that 32-yard touchdown run to begin the ball game, but that big sack pushed him back to 20 yards on 5 carries unofficially. But Peel has found Pickering 3 times for his receptions for 27 yards. They do have 8 first and 10s. They were 5 of 9 on third down and 0 of 1 on fourth down. But the big one for Smoky Valley were their penalties. They did have 5 penalties for 55 yards in that first half. And that kind of held them back there a little bit in the second quarter especially.
Yeah, they have a little over 100 yards rushing, but a couple of those holding penalties negated, it's what, a 20-yard run and a 10-yard run, and then a couple sacks on the quarterback, or they could have, had more rushing yardage.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, and here we go. It's looking at the Scott City side of things here. The Beavers, Dylan Metzger, who's 4 or 5 passing in the first half for a touchdown, 88 yards. He now has 7 passing touchdowns this year. Had a 63-yarder there to Jace Thomas. He leads Scott City in receptions, or receiving yards, I should say. But really, other than the first quarter for Scott City, it's been tough sledding on the ground in the second quarter. Lawson Bailey leads 77 yards on 2 carries and a touchdown. Jace Thomas had 60 yards on 2 carries and a touchdown as well. The Beavers 138 yards on 12 rushing attempts in the first half. 4 of 5, 88 through the air. That's 226 yards. Scott City just 5 first and 10s. They had 1 of 3 third down attempts and 0 of 1 on fourth down. They had 2 penalties in the first half for 25 yards. Yeah, the penalties are down. That's a good thing for the Beavers, but, not a lot of movement with the ball in the second quarter, just 1 first down.
I mean, we're not really a team that's going to go down the field at 3, 4, 5 yards at a pop. We're pretty explosive. We may have a couple plays that gain minimal yards and then break a 15, 20-yarder, and that's kind of what we've seen the first half. We haven't really been able to control the time of possession or grind out a long drive, but You know, quick scores are quick scores, and we are an explosive team.
All right. With that being said, we'll take our final break here. Let's take about a 90-second break. Scott City 21, Smoky Valley 6. We'll come back with some scores after this 90-second timeout. This is Beaver football.
Furrow Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Furrow Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
Fairleigh Feed Yard is dedicated to investing in our facilities and staff to provide the best experience possible for the cattle feeder and, in the end, the consumers of our product. We are always in the market to purchase corn and other commodities from local producers. Call our office at 620-872-2111 for current pricing. Our dedicated employees and their families are very important to us, and we are proud of their children that are current Beavers and individuals that will grow into those roles in the future. Fairleigh Feed Yard is privileged to support Scott City youth and are honored to cheer on the Beavers.
Don't forget to bring your vehicle in for an oil change or alignment. Great Western Tire, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, Saturdays, 8 to 1. Visit their locations at Colby, Oakley, and Scott City.
All right, back here, final segment of this halftime show presented by Precision Ag and Seed, 21-6 your score. And let's go to the scoreboard update here. And the winner of this game plays Cheney or Hugoton. Well, that score at the half, it's 21-0 for the Cheney Cardinals over the Hugoton Eagles here. So Cheney in line for that victory of Hugoton. Here's a little bit of surprise in Holcomb tonight. Pratt, the Greenbacks, 34-13 over Holcomb at the break. That's a halftime score. Just went final a little bit ago. Andale 63, Goodland nothing. Wamego beating Ulysses 42-8 at the break, and Russell shutting out Cimarron at the break 43-0. So those are some halftime scores of interest. Other 3As real quick. Clay Center over Chapman 42-6. Gerard 21, Parsons nothing. Here it's 21-6. So we're moments away from beginning of the second half. Still about 30 seconds to go, but Scott City without Adrian Elder for the rest of this night, down with an injury. And it's the next man up that's going to have to get things going in the second half for the Beavers.
Well, here's the weather report. There's still no wind. I don't know if I've ever been this much into a ball game where the flag hasn't moved an iota.
You're right there. Also an area score, 14-6 for Norton over Lake, and that played at Lake at halftime. So that's kind of what we have here for score-wise. But here, 21-6. As it stands, it would be Scott City and Cheney here next Friday night, but there's still 24 minutes to play.
Well, maybe we can return the favor on Smoky Valley and get a good kickoff return to start the half.
Here's the freshman kicking this one off, Ty Heidschmidt. He's also their backup quarterback. This will be returned by Cesar Peregrino across the 20-25, gets hit across the 30, and takes it to near the 31-32-yard line. So decent field position for the Beavers to begin this third quarter.
Yeah, Cesar did a nice job of coming up and catching that kickoff. It was a little on the short side, and he caught it full stride, ran the ball hard in there. One player to beat, and he was gone.
32-yard line here for Scott City. The middle of the field to begin this third quarter. You have Braden Bruner, who's been playing in the spot of that right tackle. Now they move Emilio Contreras, the freshman, to his spot. Empty backfield as Welker in motion. They'll shovel pass it right side. Jace Thomas breaks through one tackle, breaks through tackle, sidestep 140, 45 midfield, 45 stiff arm, 40 outside the numbers, 35, 30, 25, and he's run out of bounds by Cade Blanchard all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big gain on the play. 18, 28, 46 yards.
Well, Jace had good blocking, but Jace is responsible for about 30 of those yards on his own with some great cutbacks. He eluded a couple tackles and then turned on the speed, and away he went.
A shovel pass good for 46 to the 22 of Smoky Valley. Opening seconds of the half. Sweep play left side. This is Lawson Bailey. 25-20. Breaks through another tackle. It's going to bring up first and goal inside the 10 and down to near the 5-yard line. A gain of 17.
That's the same play Lawson scored a touchdown on, but Smoky Valley didn't let him get to the outside, and he turned it up and really ran the ball hard in there. Good blocking the first two plays of the half.
This is the first time tonight that Scott City has been in the Lewis Automotive red zone. They're at the 5-yard line. Opening seconds of the third quarter of play. Left hash mark.
Sometimes you can get too cute down here. Let's just pound the ball at them.
Unbalanced to the right. Here's Welker. Turns it upfield inside the 5. Leans forward. He's going to be marked down at the 1-foot line. There will be about a couple grass blades separating the goal line and the football.
You might want to throw the flag on that one. Let's get a replay whether he scored or not. I thought he scored. I mean, not that I have the greatest angle up here in the press box, but it looked good. Unbalanced right. Probably same play again.
Second and goal from the 1. This is Welker. He'll be into the end zone for the 14th time this year. There's the hands up. Touchdown, Scott City. Brady Welker makes this a 27-6 game with 10:46 to go third quarter.
Well, there's another long scoring drive, 1 minute and 14 seconds, Adam.
That's the second longest scoring drive of the night. That was a nice four-play drive and 68 yards. Extra point is we have it.
Well, that's got to be a snap infraction.
I guess it's no good. That was weird. All right. Oh, now false start. If it's dead ball, that should be replayed.
Yes, it should.
So I guess it's 27-6 Scott City. They'll say the extra point was no good with 10:46 to go third quarter. We'll kick it off in 30 seconds. This is Beaver football.
If you are in the market for a new or used vehicle, check out J&R Car and Truck Center of Scott City. J&R Car and Truck has a fully trained service and parts staff for repairs on most makes and models of vehicles. Locally owned and operated, J&R Car and Truck Center provides over 250 new and used vehicles in stock and ready to be delivered. Stop on in and check out jrcarandtruck.com for your next vehicle. J&R Car and Truck Center, your Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealership in Scott City.
Football tonight presented by Precision Ag and Seed, Our Brothers Auto Body Mechanic, R&R Pallet, Richards Financial Services, Road and Green Agency, Scott City Ice Center, and Scott City Giftologist. Scott City marches down the field quickly, 68 yards on just 4 plays. They take 74 seconds off the clock, a 1-yard Brady Welker run, and the extra point, well, it is no good. There was a penalty on it, but it was against Scott City. But the Beavers have a 21-point lead. Here's Freddie Sines with the kickoff. A wobbly kick, angle left. This one's going to maybe it stays in bounds. Bad help at the Dower down the right sideline across the 20, 25, and he's tackled at about the 27, 28-yard line by Avery Knoll. And that could have been disaster for Smoky Valley there, Skip, but they get some good yardage out of it.
Yeah, it could have been disaster for them, and it was almost disaster for us. We had a couple guys jump out of their lanes, and sometimes that happens with the muff kickoff. You know, people get excited and get out of their lane of responsibility, but we managed to hold them at the 30.
That happened at Millwood this year.
You couldn't script a much better start for us that's come out of the locker room for the second half and drive the ball down and score.
On first down, here's a play left side to Blanchett. Scott City shuts down Blanchett. He may have lost some yardage on the play. He was brought down that time by Tracer Chapman. It's going to be no gain, second down and 10.
Well, that was an excellent job of stringing the play out and having plenty of people there to make a tackle.
Second down and 10, 10-18 to go third quarter, 27-6 Scott City. Ball at the 27-yard line, middle of the field. Wishbone, 2 tight end set. Carson Peel will take the snap. Play fake, rolls to his right, has time, looks to the flats for Stanball, just his second reception of the year, and he'll be shoved forward near a first down across the 35. They'll mark this at the 36, setting up a 3rd and a yard.
That's a tough pattern to stop in about any level of play, back coming out of the backfield into the flat, especially when you flooded that zone.
Marked this at the 36, setting up a 3rd and 1. Smoky Valley 5 of 9 on 3rd downs. 2 minutes into this 3rd quarter, 27-6 Beaver lead. Under center is Peel. He will turn and give it to Stanball right side. Spin forward. He may have the first down right at the markers. Scott said he does shove him back, but it's going to be right at the 37-yard line, it appears to be. No, it's going to be short, we think. I'm going to have to look at this one. Fisher, Ron Spencer, oh, he does give him the first down.
Well, that was awful close just to say first down and go. I'm not a big fan of marching the chains out, but that was awful close.
Fresh set of downs for the Vikings, 9.5 here in this 3rd. 27-6 Beaver lead. 37-yard line, I formation, wing to the right, receiver right, tight end left. Peel will give it to Stanball up the middle, and Lawson Bailey will ride him down for about a gain of 3 to the 40-yard line, setting up 2nd down and 7.
Smoky Valley's still playing hard. Their line's coming off the ball, and you know we're not going to stop them if we don't come off the ball a little stronger.
Now Jace Thomas checks out.
Houston Frank's in.
2nd down and 7. Formation, wing to the right. They'll send Blanchett in motion right to left. Here's the second back through the double dive. Autry, 45. Midfield has a first down. Tracer Chapman tackles him all the way at the 44-yard line. Make it 43 of Scott City. That is a gain of 17 for Autry. 10 carries for him and 50 yards. And another Viking 1st and 10. I think it's 1st and 10 now. Thomas back in there after out for a play.
Well, they've driven the ball on us before, and we've always managed to stop them when they get down here about this part of the field.
They'll hand it off to the first back through Stanball. He gets stood up 2 yards on the play to the 41. And now checking in for Scott City, it's Jaden Lewis as Zarellas checks out 2nd and 8. That's the thing. It's like when you hit these wishbone teams, you got to run personnel in and out, stuff the interior, and always watch for that fake.
Well, it can be really frustrating. A team that's willing to just make 3 or 4 yards a play, and then they keep the chains moving, and you keep playing. It can be disheartening.
This is really 4-down territory for Smoky Valley rest of the night. 7:50 to go, 3rd quarter. Play fake under duress. Peel swings it at the left, and it's going to be caught. It's going to be a first down play and a nice tackle by Camden Volgamore on Cade Blanchett. He'll take it to the 29-yard line for a gain of 11, and Jace Thomas a little shaken up after that play. Hopefully it's just nothing but a cramp. And it looks like it is.
Again, the Smoky Valley just sends it back out into the flat, and we misplay it, and the rest is history. Camden did a nice job really coming up here and limited that play to no more yards than what it actually made.
That was the 21st reception of the year for Cade Blanchett. Carson Peel now 5 of 11 passing for 47 yards. He has 2 completions on this drive on 2 passing attempts, and the Vikings will have their 8th play of the drive coming up here. So, they've had this ball for 3 minutes now, and this will be their 8th play coming up, and they've converted a 3rd down, but they've had a nice methodical drive on this series.
Yes, they have, and tip your hat to them.
And, this is maybe, free timeout for Scott City, and you can talk to your defense as well. Coach Turner out there talking to his defenders here. And
there's no magic wand here. They're going to line up the ball, and they're going to run it at us. They're going to send a back out in the flat for passes, and I don't think they're going to hurt us throwing deep. They haven't shown that they can.
And really, when they've lined up in the I formation the second half, that's when they've been successful.
Yeah, they have.
They're still trying to stretch out Jace Thomas here. We're at the 7:44 mark of this third quarter. 27-6 for Scott City. They've scored 27 unanswered. As Scott City playing without Adrian Elder here tonight through the second quarter on. He hurt himself on defense in the second quarter. But this defense will need to bend but not break here. They've done that a couple times here tonight. See what they can do here in this opening series for Smoky Valley in the third quarter.
Well, we get by this game, we're going to need Adrian next week. There's no doubt about that. Matter of fact, we'll need all hands on deck.
Still trying to rub that cramp out, Thomas. He did not play last year against Smoky Valley as he's walking under his own power off to the sideline. And right now, Cheney up 21-0 against Hugoton at home at the break. So if it stands right now, the scores stand, and the teams that are ahead stay there. It would be Cheney coming to Scott City next Friday night.
I'm going to guess that unless things change a lot, we've seen the last of Jace tonight.
Yeah, you hope so there. Alex Trango coming in for him. Yeah. First and 10 coming up.
Alex is a good, tough player. I mean, he's 5-6 inches shorter than Jace and probably 40 pounds lighter.
Eighth play of the drive as play resumes an I formation, 2 receiver set, 1 split to both sides. Tight end right side on first down. This will be a keeper by Peel. He'll bounce it out right side, but Brady Welker will ride him down for about a 5-yard gain to the 24-yard line. He's also finished off by J.P. Harris, setting up a second down and about 5.
Peel does a nice job of running the option, and it's tough for offenses to stop, or defenses to stop.
And officially marking the 25 as a gain of 4, so 6 carries, 24 yards for Peel and a touchdown on the first play of the game. I formation, a 2 receiver set, 1 to both sides at the 7-minute mark of the third quarter. Peel will hand it off up the middle to Standball. Boy, that was a huge surge, and it sends Smoky Valley into the road zone at the 17-yard line. Boy, that was a wave of white shirts 5 yards down the field and first down.
We got knocked off the ball. No doubt about it.
Smoky Valley's 10th play of the drive here. They've run off a little over 3 minutes off this clock. At the 17 or 18-yard line of Scott City, 1st and 10. They'll go back to their wishbone 2 tight end set left side to Blanchett. As that time Harris shucked off a defender, but Scott City strings the play out and knocks Blanchett out for a loss back at the 20-yard line. Good job by Scott City stringing the play out to the 20. A loss of 2, 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, you see what kind of power he has. You know, it took a lot of players to slow his forward progress and get him out of bounds. But, you know, we get him running sideways. He's not near as dangerous for us as running straight ahead. And you know, he's not a finesse runner by any stretch of the imagination.
Tight end left, receiver right. Actually make it a 2 tight end set from the 20-yard line, 2nd and a dozen. Here's Peel rolling to his right, under duress a little bit, throws in the middle field, knocked away, incomplete. Trying to get it to Cade Blanchett. 2 Beavers knock it away and makes it a 3rd and long.
Yeah, at first I thought that was intercepted. Then I thought somehow it got through our defenders and might have been caught.
Yeah.
Well, I think we had a better shot at catching it than the Smoky Valley receiver.
That was good defense that time by Trango and Knoll. 3rd and a dozen. 5:53 here in this third quarter. This is big 2-down territory, and Scott City also looking at Braden Bruner on the sideline.
Well, again, you know, so far the play of the day was on this drive was us stopping them on first down and getting them off their mark.
Late blitz picked up, 3rd and 10. They're going to go right side. This is going to be knocked away. That time, good defensive play by Tracer Chapman. He almost came up with a pick as well. It was Vincent Pickering, the tight end, as the intended receiver, and a big 4th down and 12 coming up here.
Well, that was good defense. Tracer had him all by himself.
And Baylor Vasquez, who's in there on that down, checks out. Here's Cesar Peregrino on 4th and a dozen. He
going with our pass rush guy.
Smoky Valley is 0 of 1 on 4th downs tonight. They're at the Scott City 20 down, 21, 5:48 here in the third. They've run off nearly 5 minutes on this drive. 4th and a dozen. High pass, snap, and under pressure, and
ball's loose.
And it's going to be turnover on down. Scott City got pressure. Jaden Lewis stripped it out of Pickering's hands. They do recover the fumble, and it is a turnover on downs, a fumble recovery. Scott City now plus 14 in turnovers this year as they'll take over at their own 25.
Yeah, there's that time of possession being meaningless again.
Yes.
Smoky Valley has the ball for 5 minutes, comes up with no points, and now we're back on offense.
The Beavers will have their second drive of this half at their own 25-yard line with 5:43 here in the third quarter, up by 21 at 27-6.
Let's have a positive play on first down.
Pistol wing T will send Lawson Bailey in motion. Here's a
Now
counter
there it
play
is.
right side. Colin McDaniel, who had a 61-yard touchdown run a year ago. That was the difference in the ball game. He gets tripped up for a little over 5 yards on first down, setting 2nd and 5.
That play was exceptionally well blocked, and Colin just kind of lost his footing a little bit. If he gets by the one defender, he was gone down the sideline.
2nd and 5. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, Thomas, McDaniel in there for Thomas. They'll send Rumford to the right, Bailey and also Alex Train to left. Pistol set up on 2nd down. Metzger back to pass. Now needs to tuck it up and throw it late. He'll find Rumford. Oh, just too far in front. At about the 47-yard line of Smoky Valley, setting up a 3rd and 5.
I don't know about that call, but yeah, no matter what you call, it needs to be executed, and that really wasn't executed very well. There was nobody really for down the throw. He might as well have run. He could have picked up some positive yards, I think.
Yeah, look, I was thinking he was going to initially run it there, but he found, I guess, trying to be too unselfish, trying to find Rumford down the field there for a big play. Scott City tonight just 1 of 3 on 3rd downs. They do have 3rd down and 5 at their own 30 as the Smoky Valley Viking comes off. And they have to substitute in one player for another. They bring in Gus Griffith in. They also have in there along that D line Ezekiel Baker, 215-pound sophomore. They've got some big guys even.
Yeah, Gus Griffith comes
guys.
in as backup, 6'4", 280, senior.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
3rd and 5. Pistol wing T set up. No split wide to left, tight and right side. Play fake. Metzger rolls to his left on 3rd down. Looking for Rumford. He will make the catch. First down, 45-yard line, and is tackled by Carson Peel at the 47. A good rollout to left by Metzger. Under a little duress late, but it's a 1st and 10.
Well, a nice catch by Jackson. Dylan got his feet set just enough to make the throw, and it was on the money.
Well, that puts Metzger 159 yards passing tonight on a 6 of 8 passing and a big 3rd down conversion. Or to their own 47.
It's big for a lot of reasons. We want to not have to play defense the whole darn quarter.
This is Welker up the middle on 1st down. He'll take it to near midfield for about 3 on 1st down. He's been really shut down. 7 carries, 15 yards, but as big a season as he has had, and now cramping for Harris possibly. Nope, he's up.
Well, sort of up.
Yeah, it's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 at the 49. Scott City running out of depth along the offensive line. He's trying to walk it off. They're down 1 who is unavailable tonight, and the sophomore Oscar Mendez. You're down big Adrian Elder. And even Braden Brenner's out with an injury. 2nd down and 8, 49-yard line. That was disaster from the beginning. The timing was off on the handoff, and it might have been a break. False start on Scott City.
Yeah, we moved early. And this is something when you're trying to put a game away that really detracts. We go from good position of 2nd and 7, and now we're back, 2nd and 12. And those are hard to overcome. Smoky Valley isn't going to let us just run over them.
No. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 12 for the Beavers. Ball in the middle of the field at their own 45. Scott City with a 27-6 lead as we are down to 3.5 to go here in period number 3. The Beavers will line up 2 receivers to the right, 2 wings. They'll send McDaniel in motion from left to right. Metzger will swing it out to Alex Tarango. He'll step up and make the catch, but Smoky Valley had it defended well. But somehow Tarango, with a small frame, finds positive yardage into Smoky Valley territory, the 45 for a gain of 6.
He runs hard, but, the blockers are to the outside, and he's wanting to take that back to the inside, and he made, probably made the most out of it he could. The way he ran it, but give your guys a chance to block for you at the outside. I mean, when you're 135 pounds, you're not going to run over a lot of guys, but he's got good quickness and speed.
3rd down and 6, 49-yard line, 2:50 in the 3rd. Scott City looking to convert their 2nd straight 3rd down on this possession. Metzger rolling to his left. He's going to tuck it up and run, and he almost got past Austin Sharp. He'll be about 3 yards shy of the first down at the 46, setting up 4th and 3.
I agree with what Dylan did there. You know, if nothing else, we've got it to a 4th and manageable. If we want to punt, we can punt for field position. We keep the clock running because, you know, that's our friend at this point in the game. You know, and make Smoky Valley go 80 yards without, you know, getting a holding penalty or getting a negative yardage play on first down where we can stop them.
Welker with his second punt of the night. It's a rugby-style kick, and he'll angle it right side, and he may have gotten a little bit too much onto it, but actually it dies at this 6-yard line. I was wrong. I was fooled there. A 40-yard punt with 2:01 to go third quarter. That pins Smoky Valley into their own 6. And the 8th punt this year by Welker inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, a 60-degree wedge to the 6-yard line with backspin on it.
That took off 3 minutes and 42 seconds. So that was, in a way, they didn't score, but a successful drive for Scott City.
Yeah, play field position, play time, you know, run time off the clock, and we can put another win in the column.
2:01 here in this third quarter. Smoky Valley down 27-6. They will have the ball at the left hash mark at their own 6-yard line here for this first play of the series. They'll split out 2 receivers. You have Blanchett to the right, Hebel to the left, and an I formation set. Back to pass is Peel down the seam. Pass is almost intercepted. That time as they were going down the seam. That time for this 135-pound senior Justice Autry, 2nd and 10.
Well, Avery did a nice job on breaking on the ball. It's a good thing they didn't put a little more air under it, or that could have been a long gainer for Smoky Valley.
About this position a year ago where Smoky Valley was down 21-14. They had to march down the field, and Avery Knoll made the game-sealing interception near the goal line at Lenzburg. 2nd and 10. They'll go to this wishbone 2 tight end at their own 6. They'll hand it off second back through Autry. He'll get about 3 yards and then squirts through there on 2nd and 3rd effort and gets it to the 13, setting up a 3rd and 3.
He runs really hard.
Yes, he does.
You know, it looked like we had him stop back at the 10, and he bounced it forward for another 4 yards.
Both these 22s for both sides, really similar build.
Yeah, they are.
3rd and 3 at the 13-yard line. Smoky Valley tonight 6 of 11 on 3rd down. Handoff, second back through right side. Autry, he will be close to a first down. He'll get it at the 17. He needed 3, but he got 4. On his 12th carry, he's averaging 5 yards a carry. That puts him over 60 yards and a 1st and 10. First down at the 17 gives them a little bit more breathing room, actually to the 18. Final minute of this third quarter.
Well, you know, we can give up 3-4 yard plays the rest of the game, and we're not, you know, they're just going to run out of time at that rate.
On first down, here's Peel run the option, pitch it right to Autry. Scott City had it strung up nicely, and they drop him for a loss of 2 back to the 16-yard line. That was a great discipline play by Lawson Bailey, turning that play in for the loss. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, you don't see a speed option out of the wishbone very often.
No, you don't.
Where you don't fake to the fullback. You just get everybody going out there. And I guess the thought is you're going to have a lot of blockers out there, but without the fake to the fullback, we were just flying out there, and there wasn't anywhere to run the option.
2nd and a dozen here. Might have 1 play left of this third quarter, depending on if there's a stoppage or not. 2nd down play. Second left side here. Here's Blanchett, and he's going to be wrestled down right away. A flag comes out with 11 seconds, and being that late, you hope it's not a face mask.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. I mean, I didn't see it, but
nope. All right, a block in the back on Smoky Valley. That's a make 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that's it's a tough one.
I think you take the penalty because that allows more time to run off the clock, and they have still 2 more downs to get the first down.
Or you decline it like we did.
Yeah, or decline it. All right.
Well, it's one of those 6 of 1, you know.
Yeah.
If you take the penalty, it's going to be 3rd and 20.
We'll see if Smoky.
Or 2nd and 20, so 10 yards play to get it. I don't know.
It is a 2-yard carry.
But anyway, that's the end of the quarter.
Yeah. To the 18-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. Scott City with a 27-6 lead over the Smoky Valley Vikings here in this Week 9 playoff game. We'll come back in 1 minute for the 4th period of play. This is Beaver football.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas, and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We are more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
To us, it's about so much more than just providing the technology. It's about enriching the communities we live in, because your community is our community. Where you live, where you work, where you play, we do too. Whatever you do, and wherever you are, our service supports you. Next Tech Wireless, we are Kansas.
He played at Arkansas 1 year. That was the first year of Lou Holtz, and then went to Henderson College. He's a Texas boy outside of Amarillo. 27-6. Scott City leads it here, 27-6 once again as we begin the 4th quarter play here at Darner Field. Adam Kadavy, Skip Numerick with you as Smoky Valley looking to convert a 3rd down here. They'll have 3rd and 10 when play resumes at their own 18-yard line. Other scores of interest, Holcomb has got inched closer to Pratt. It's 34-20 Pratt after 3. Huguenin on the board at Cheney, trailing 21-7 going into the 4th quarter.
Well, the game might not depend on what Smoky Valley does on this 3rd and 10, but we don't want to let them keep running the ball down the field either.
Smoke Valley 7-12 on 3rd down. They send Blanchett in motion right to left. Here's Peel rolling to his left under pressure, throws it late. Pat's going to be picked off by Alex Tarango. Yes! Tarango with his first varsity interception, and Scott City with +2 turnovers tonight.
Well, there was really nowhere for him to throw that ball. I mean, everybody was covered, and we had a good pressure coming on Peel also. So, kudos to our defense.
This is the opportunity right here with the ball at the 28-yard line of Smoky Valley to really put the dagger in early in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, I hope we don't try to do something too funky here. I mean, there would be a school of thought that we got the turnover, let's go deep. But, just pounding it out, it's not a bad option either here.
Pistol wing tee. Handoff up the middle. Welker on 1st down. He's met immediately, but finds a way to get out of maybe a yard or two to about the 26-yard line. That's his 8th carry. They've really bottled him up in the middle tonight, just a yard.
The defender for Smoky Valley was not blocked. I mean, if you're not going to block a guy at the line of scrimmage, the play's just not going to work.
2nd down and 9 for Scott City. First minute of this 4th quarter, Beavers are up 27-6. You also want to get a touchdown to make this a 4-score game here. But field goal would work too. Pistol wing tee on 2nd down, handoff left side. This is Lawson Bailey, turns it upfield, and he runs left side 20, outside the numbers 15. Almost breaks through another tackle. It'll be 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Ethan Abel with a touchdown-saving tackle.
And the clock will keep on rolling when they wind it back up. 1st and goal, and we're going to be under 11 minutes to go.
So 1st and goal at the Lewis Automotive red zone after that gain of 18. Lawson Bailey, 4 carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown. 1st and goal at the 9. Here's a carry right side for Brady Welker. Finding a little room, gains about 2 to the 7. A late flag comes out. I don't know what that's all about.
Well, there was some contact in the end zone. We were down blocking him, a defensive back for Smoky Valley, and I don't think it was any big deal, but I think there was a push and a shove. At this point of the game, I mean, let the guys play.
Yeah, maybe a little frustration talk.
Well, I'm sure there's some of that.
Dead ball.
Personal foul, or it's unsportsmanlike
on Smoky Valley. All right. It'll be half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. So from the 7, or make it the 8 to the 4. Just a 4-yard penalty on the Vikings. Have been penalized 6 times. 6 accepted penalties for 59 yards.
You know, penalties can really hurt you at times, or there could be no big deal. The penalties on Smoky Valley have hurt them.
Yes, they have. So it'll be 1st and goal at the 4. I believe it's an automatic 1st and 10 with 10:48 to go. It's a dead ball, so the clock doesn't, or game clock doesn't run, I don't believe. Oh, now it does. Yep. 1st and goal at the 4. And now we have official timeout here.
Well, he didn't wind the clock. Then he blew his whistle to wind the clock, and pretty much would have caused an illegal procedure on our team. So I think the right call here, let's have a do-over.
Okay, I think actually they changed it. 2nd and goal from the 4. Here's Metzger looking right side, fade pattern in the back of the end zone. Jackson Rumford, did he stay in? Yeah!
Nope.
Nope, and incomplete.
He caught the ball.
Now, the back line judge was saying that he was inbounds, I think. He was ready to put his hands up, and that is a touchdown. Yeah. 9 7/8 yards deep in the end zone. Jackson Rumford keeps his toes in, and it's 33-6 with 10:36 to go. And there's your dagger, hopefully.
Yeah, as Don Meredith would say, turn out the lights, the party's over. But I'm not going to sing it, Adam.
Yeah, that's all right, yeah. Well, this is 33 unanswered for the Beavers here with 10:36 to go. And another short minute-plus drive. Freddie Signs to kick the extra point here to make this a 28-point game. The kick is on the way, and it's through the uprights. 34-6, Beaver Blue lead. 10:36 to go. We'll come back in 30 seconds. This is Scott City football.
Farmers Mutual Hail and Platinum H Insurance are equal opportunity providers.
Football tonight presented by Stevens Veterinary Services, Original Grande, True North Cafe, Tri-Pac North America, Turner Sheep Metal, Vulgamore Family Farms, Western Kansas Insurance, Western State Bank, Wheatland Electric, White's Food Line, Winterland Farms. Scott City takes advantage of an interception, and they go 4 plays, 28 yards, and another minute-plus drive. A minute 17, the 4-yard pattern deep in the end zone for Jackson Rumford, whose 2nd touchdown reception in as many weeks. Extra point booted in by Freddie Signs, who has it teed up at the 40-yard line.
No, Jackson really did a nice job keeping a foot in. Maybe 2 of them. He, tiptoeing on that back line.
Here's the approach and the kick by Signs. Kicks this one low, bounces left side. That one was going to work its way out of bounds, but picked up by Dower. Tracy Chapman ran into him late, and that's going to be 3:15. Dower was knocked out at the 32-yard line by Alex Tarango.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter.
Yeah. I think he probably lost. It was the right call, but at the same time, you wonder if maybe he lost where he was a little bit and couldn't slow his momentum, but you just can't touch him.
Yeah, one of the downsides of our field are how close the sidelines are, to the track too. When they did the new track and made it 8 lanes, we had to take some of the football field away. So the out of bounds is really close to the track.
Well, it was a right call. 15-yard penalty will set the Vikings up at their own 47, 1st and 10. 10:33 left in this game. They're down 34-6 to the Beavers. We'll have a timeout officially on the field, taken by Scott City. Let's take a 1-minute break. Back in a minute. This is Beaver football.
Life is all about.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD, today.
48 or 47-yard line for Smoky Valley after the unsportsmanlike and the timeout here called by Scott City here with 10:33 to go. I formation, wing to left. It'll be a toss left side. That's a high toss to Autry. Boy, there was a big hold. They may have just let go. It's a gain of 3 for Autry to midfield. It was close to a hold. 2nd and 7.
Good time to keep the flags in your pocket unless it really has to be called.
He's really been a pretty big shining moment tonight for Smoky Valley. Autry, the senior, 14 carries, 63 yards. But Scott City, this is a 3 yards of cloud of dust offense for the most part, and they've really forced Smoky Valley to pass it a lot more than they want to.
Yeah, I really like Autry's toughness.
Do too. This would be a keeper left side on 2nd down. Autry, he'll have the first down. This would be escorted out of bounds by Brady Welker, but not before a gain of about 9 on the play to about the 41-yard line.
Well, that was the play they scored the first touchdown.
Yes, it was. That quarterback keeper. Scott City getting in some of the similar personnel. Yeah, Pratt just scored again. They're up 41-20 at Holcomb, 4th quarter. Handoff right side. This is Autry. Scott City, they had him bottled up, and then he squirts forward. He should have had a loss of 2. Instead, he's going to get a flag comes out late as it takes it to about the 39-yard line, or make the 34-yard line for an 8-yard gain. Scott City may be getting a little complacent here with 9:38 to go. I think this is a personal foul face mask. And that's going to tack on 15 more.
What they say about Barry Sanders, he could stop on a dime and give you change. You know, Autry, he made a couple really good moves there. You know, when somebody can change directions and is short like he is, you know, that hit is right there at grabbing the face mask level.
Just like that, the Vikings are into the red zone at the 19. They've had 2 penalties here in this 4th quarter that Scott City's helped them out for 30 yards, and they're at the 19 of Scott City with 9:20 to go, 34-6. I formation, tight end line up left side, back to pass is Peel. Looking left, finds a fade pattern in the end zone. Pass is going to be knocked away by Camden Volgamore, looking for Vincent Pickering left side of the end zone, about 5 yards deep, 2nd and 10.
That was Tracer Chapman
on
the defending.
Correction, yeah, Chapman. But Peel has been held to 5 of 15 passing for 47 yards and an interception. 2nd down coming up and 10 to go at the 19.
Well, we got to stop on 1st down. Let's see if we can finish this off.
It's going to be the 5th play of this series for the Vikings. They'll hand it off. This is Autry. Works his way upfield and sandwich a big guys, bring him down for a yard to the 18-yard line. I think that was in there.
Tanner Gooden?
Yep, Gooden and Baylor Vasquez.
I would not want Baylor Vasquez to fall on me.
That's about.
Let alone tackle me.
That's 520 pounds sandwiching a 135-pounder.
Yeah.
The Autry sandwich.
Doesn't matter how quick you are, you're not going to get away from that one.
3rd and about 9 or 18-yard line. 8:45 to go. 6th play of the drive for the Vikings, down 34-6. 2 tight and wishbone set. Play fake. Peel rolls to his right. Looking in the end zone. Pass is going to be wide of the intended receiver. And that was Ethan Abel. He was right on the goal line. Avery Knowles, the helper there to help him up. 4th down.
He had him open.
Running through all the last names there. 4th down coming up. 4th and 9 at the 19. So this is an interesting story here, Skip. You have Avery Knoll here and Tim Lambert of Smoky Valley. They have a lot of correlation between each other. But Knoll's sister is a teammate of Coach Tim Lambert's daughter at Hutchinson on the track team.
Oh, really?
4th and 9, under duress is Peel looking for a screen, and it's underthrown and incomplete. Brady Welker applying the pressure immediately.
And it wasn't going to work no matter what.
And that's a turnover on down. So they get to the Scott City 19-yard line. This defense is really bent but not broken here tonight overall.
You know, people might say, well, maybe we could have stopped them here or could have stopped them there. But you know, Smoky Valley's not a bad team.
No.
And they've got a good offensive, a senior-laden team with some hard-running backs. I mean, they are going to gain some yards on you.
They threw the first punch, but Scott City's trying to throw the knockout punch. Here's Bailey looking to add to his 100-yard performance. He will. He'll gain 6 on first down. Breaks through a couple of tackles to the 25-yard line. And
that's just a good job of keeping your feet driving.
And, yeah, the Smoky Valley's defensive end made the stop 6 yards downfield. Justin Holt, 2nd and 4. But, you know, Scott City's done a good job this year of wearing their opponents down in the second half.
I like when Lawson turns the ball upfield. He doesn't monkey around. I mean, when he plants his foot and turns upfield, he means business.
2nd and 4, 25-yard line. Welker up the middle. He gets stopped for about 2, setting up 3rd and 2.
Well, Brady could have done a better job of reading where the hole was that time. You know, sometimes, you know, he just has his head down and he's going to plow over people. And if he would have broken that back to the left, I know I'm second guessing here, but he did have a hole to run into.
34-6 Scott City lead, under 7.5 to go. They're 2 of 5 on third downs, facing a 3rd and 2 at their own 27 left hash mark. Pistol wing tee. Metzger rolled to his right. He's immediately pressured, but eludes that. Looking downfield, and he's going to throw it up for grabs. It's like a punt, and a lot of contact as Jackson Rumford tried to backpedal and make the catch. No avail. It'll set up 4th down, and it'll be a punt for Scott City coming up here.
Well, that looked suspiciously like a push from the Smoky Valley cornerback on Jackson.
Yeah, they're not going to, well, yeah. Overall, the officials have really done a pretty decent job tonight. You know, you're going to have mistakes, questionable calls.
Yeah, I just like a running play there and take another 40 seconds off the clock instead of stopping the clock.
4th down punt here for Welker. Scott City's 2nd 3 and out of the night. Rugby-style punt. He will boot this one away. A high, wobbly kick. This will be a shorter kick, but it'll take a backward spin, and it rolls to the 45. It hit at about the 42, then rolled to the 45. And with 7:04 to go, about a 38-yard punt and no return.
Well, it'd been nice to have that one bounce forward, but by the same token, when he kicked the one down by the goal line that bounced backwards, we were all for that one. So
yes,
I guess what goes around comes around.
And they're going to mark this actually at the 46-yard line, about the same spot where about a minute and a half ago where the Vikings took over. And here comes Carson Peel out, 34-6 Scott City. Here on KSKL Scott City, we're just past the top of the hour. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. High snap, and it goes all the way back inside the 30. Peel is going to fall on it. That is a ginormous loss to the 23-yard line. That's 23 yards lost.
You know, sometimes you don't want to take a bad play and make it worse, but I think if he would have picked up the ball, he could have probably gotten rid of it somewhere that would have brought it back to a 2nd and 10. But now we're looking at, 20, 30 yards, 2nd and
about
30.
To shallow water. Maybe friend.
Wind the clock.
6:58 to go. All right, there we go. It's unstuck. 34-6. 2nd and about shallow water. 3 receivers to the right. Tight end left side, 1 to the right of Carson Peel, who's back to pass. Has plenty of time, steps up, throws it right side. And that pass is knocked away by Avery Knoll. He got his paw in front of Justice Autry about midfield, sets up 3rd and a mile.
Avery did a nice job covering for Colin that time because the guy had a step on Colin. But Avery's got good range for a safety.
This is good also for Scott City. Get some of those backs in a little bit. Get them some more reps. Save some of your big guns as well. You're going to need them next week. So Vasquez comes out. Here is the speedster, Cesar Peregrino. Smoky Valley tonight, 6 of 13 on third downs. Make that 7 of 13 on third down. And delayed blitz, and he's sacked. Houston Frank with the sack inside the 20. And the Vikings are going the wrong way. And it's a 4th down and forever. And a 3-and-out for the Vikings. That's all the way back to the 17.
Yeah. Freshman Emilio Contreras is in the game.
Yes.
For Braden Bruner.
That's 4th, and they're at their own 18-yard line.
I don't know that they can punt this to the first down stick, Adam.
They have to get to the 44-yard line. It's 4th and 38. We're at the midway point of this fourth quarter. 34-6, Scott City with the lead and looking to match their win total of 2019. High kick by Tristan Stambaugh. Now, he doesn't make it.
I was going to say, this is just one of those punch, just get away from. We run 3 plays and take a couple minutes off the clock.
Yeah, he punts at 36 yards.
And if we get a first down or two, we'll put the game away.
Stambaugh has only had 15 punts this year. Scott City's made him punt 4 times tonight. That's pretty big stat there.
Yeah.
They'll get it at their own 46-yard line, 1st and 10 with 5:48 left in this one.
Well, we've just got them into some bad down and distances for their style of play.
This will be a counter play left side. Lawson Bailey turns it upfield 50, trying to bounce it outside. Oh, he can't quite get to the tackle of Carson Peel. He was 1 tackle away from breaking that. He gains 11 to the 43-yard line of Smoky Valley. He has 129 yards on 6 carries and a first down there.
Yeah, again, he plants a foot and turns upfield. He's going to gain some yards.
11th 1st and 10 of the night. Smoky Valley has 15.
Well, Smoky Valley's really pursuing extremely well. So we run those counters back to the weak side, and we're blocking them. Well, they pop right open.
1st and 10. Oh, almost a hold there. Right side, Welker, 35-30. His biggest 34-yard line, His biggest run of the night. He'll gain 9 on the play on his 10th carry. He's been really held in check to 27 yards, but 2nd and a yard there. You got to wonder,
We're running the trap play that Brady's, up the middle with their size and how they're focusing on stopping that play. Just hasn't been his night.
Scott City, we can start maybe looking ahead. They're going to see a pass-heavy team from Cheney next week. They've defended the pass pretty well here tonight.
Well, the best pass defense is a good pass rush.
This will be a quarterback sweep by Metzger on 2nd down, and he's going to be losing 5 yards on the play. The defensive end, Justin Holt, he is a 6'2", 235-pound senior with a tackle for a loss to the 40, sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, might be a good time to run a reverse.
Yes. Clock is down, by the way, to 4:15 to go, 34-6, but Cheney coming into town next Friday night. We believe, last check, they were up 21-7 going into the fourth quarter. Alex Strango split to the right. 2-wing, pistol wing T. 8 to snap it, run for the tight end left side. Play fake by Metzger, rolls to his right. Now under duress, throws it left side, his safety valve. Lawson Bailey turns it up. He's got a first down and more. 30, 25, lose 1, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Oh, baby, what a play by Lawson Bailey, who delivers a final dagger with 3:45 to go, and it's 40-6.
Well, we faked the counter to Lawson, and Metzger rolls out to the right. We come back to him because there's nobody else open, and makes one man miss, and away he goes.
That was a 5-play, 54-yard drive for the Beavers, and they convert a 3rd down for a 40-yard touchdown pass. Lawson Bailey, his 3rd touchdown reception in the last 4 games, a career-high 3 touchdown passes for Dylan Metzger for 200 yards through the air. Freddie Signs drills the extra point with 3:45 to go. It is 40-6, Scott City. We'll come back in 30 seconds. This is Beaver football.
We've come to the time when one day it's hot, then next it's cooler. Before it turns cold, have your system service or checked by Turner Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning. You're authorized.
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience uniquely theirs, where excellence meets elegance and healthcare is personalized just for you. Scott County Hospital and Scott City Clinics, skilled physicians and nurses will help your family prepare for the birth of your baby. The private, comfortable, secure rooms for labor, delivery, and postpartum care include jacuzzi tubs for pain management during labor. Call Scott City Clinic to set an appointment today. We put our heart in health care.
Leading 41-6 with 3:45 to go as we're back here at Darner Field. What a play that time by Lawson Bailey. Looked like he could have been stopped at the 35, but broke through a tackle, and he
Well,
sprinted.
not only is he a
Yeah.
powerful runner, he's got some moves.
Or end over and kick. This will be returned. Oh, misplayed, and then falling on it is going to be Justice Autry at the 15-yard line.
I got it. No, you got it. No, nobody's got it.
Yes.
Let's start from the 15.
Well, final 28-7 Cheney over Hugoton, so it is officially the Cardinals coming to town next week. Yep. Smoky Valley will have it at their own 14.
And as I remember, Cheney, they play a kind of a pro-style offense, don't they?
Yes, they do. Shelby Werman, he's the old Derby Panther alum, and Kansas State walk-on as well. 14-yard line, 1st and 10, wishbone, 2 tight end set. And it will dive right side. Baylor Vasquez, he slowed him down. Couldn't quite grab him, but the second wave of blue shirts coming.
That's like running around an iceberg.
Yeah. And Autry was the Titanic.
Or maybe a big SUV. I don't know.
A gain of 1 out of all that to the 15, 2nd and 9.
Well, it doesn't look like Baylor's been missing any meals.
No. Yeah, I believe his mom is here tonight. That's good. They had a benefit for her before the game. 2nd and 9, second back through. This is left side Blanchett. He'll race to the outside. He'll have the first down. And there's the senior, Zach Roberts, with the tackle. But there is a flag. There's a tackle's made at the 31-yard line. Nathan LeBeau, senior, in there. That was a little number 20 on number 20 crime at the 26-yard line.
Well, it's good to be able to get some of these kids in.
Yeah, I can get Evan Fry in there for Colin McDaniel, holding on Smoky Valley. Boy, coming in here, you just didn't know you knew Smoky Valley was pretty good, and you're hoping, can we get this guy, say, can they win by a couple of scores? Well, they've done that and then some.
Well, we've played well tonight.
Yes. This Smoky
against a quality opponent.
This is a very good team. They're 4-4. They played Cheney tough to the second half. They were tied at 14. They played Pratt pretty tough. It was a big fourth quarter for Pratt. I mean, really, their only blowout was Andale. They'll mark the penalty back to the 16-yard line. Going to bring up make it 17-yard line, 2nd down and 7. So it's a gain of 2 with a 10-yard penalty for Blanchett. His 10th carry for 22 yards.
We're just not going to finally the clock is going.
That's their 7th penalty for 69 yards. This is same play left side for Blanchett. He breaks to the outside. He has a first down across the 30, and Alex Trango makes a tackle all the way to the 45-yard line, a gain of 28 with 2:46 to go.
And we are definitely giving up some size in there now.
Yeah, a lot of second-teamers in there. Brooks Bailey in at safety.
Especially at the outside linebacker and defensive end position.
Yeah. Zach Roberts out there, Alex Tarango, Tracer Chapman, Houston Frank in there, Coy Vance in there, Case Armandaris in there at a DN spot. 47-yard line, 1st and 10. And off Tristan Stambaugh. He fumbles the football. It's loose. Scott City may have their 3rd recovery or turnover forced of the night. And that time, Brooks Bailey recovers it at the 47-yard line of Scott City. How about that?
Well, it's been kind of that night for Smoky Valley.
That's their 3rd turnover. They took it to the Scott City 47 with 2:39 to go.
Having a good drive going against our, backups on defense, and then fumble the ball. And now we have our second-team offense in there.
Well, I tell you what, it is awesome to play November football. We're excited to get it next week.
Yeah. What a night for football here, too.
And an outstanding crowd here as well. They filled these stands this year. Handoff on first down. This is the freshman, Caden Couchman, and he meets all the seniors Smoky Valley has, -8.
Caden says, thanks for giving me the ball there.
He'll lose 3.
Well, let's just nobody block. And
you have all second-teamers in there. Camden Volgamore is the quarterback. Brevin Volgamore the center.
I'll give him credit, though. He did not turn the ball over. He did not fumble.
Bryce Huntermark in there at left tackle. No, you're right there. Coy Vance at a guard also. And another guard spot on 2nd down here is a play right side. No, Cesar Peregrino. He's going the wrong way. He loses more yards back to the 38-yard line, a loss of about 5 for Peregrino, and it's 3rd down and long.
We might want to punt on 3rd down so we don't lose another 10 yards.
Yeah, and Smoky Valley is bringing the house as well.
They are. They've got their starters in there, and, it's a total physical mismatch out there now.
And this is a lot of these kids, it's their last game of their career.
Yeah.
3rd down coming up. Case Armendariz is at one of the guard spots. 3rd and 19, minute 25 to go. That'll force a false start.
That's defense encroachment.
They just got to think, you know what? This is practice on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You're the scout team O, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Smoky Valley got a little too antsy.
And the clock should wind here.
Yes. That'll be another 25 seconds they can run. 3rd and 14 now. The 43-yard line. Have to get it to the 43 of Smoky Valley. Pistol set up for Camden Volgamore. Has a 2-receiver set. He'll be back to pass. And he'll throw it left side for Brooks Bailey. Tries to get back to it.
He caught it.
Catches it. And they may get offensive pass interference out of this as he takes it to the 33-yard line. There was a lot of pushing and shoving between both of them.
You could call it on Brooks. You could call it on Smoky Valley.
They hooked up on a 33-yard pitch and catch last week.
If it was a rebound, Bailey had the inside position on him.
That is on Smoky Valley.
Had him blocked out.
43, 14, 20-yard pass play for a 1st and 10. It was a pass interference on Smoky Valley.
Adam, is there anything you want to ask Darian while we have her sitting
No, I have nothing. I'm speechless. That's a better carry for Peregrino on 1st down for about 2 with 50 seconds to go.
Well, we just have to run one more play.
Yes.
You can't see anybody taking a timeout.
No. Tristan Stambaugh with a tackle on Peregrino. This is a very good win for Scott City. They settled down after those first 2 plays at Smoky Valley, had the blown kickoff return and then the touchdown run, and then after that it's been all Scott City. 40 unanswered. They'll go to 8-1.
We need to come out and play with an edge next week.
That Cheney team is going to be good.
Yeah.
5 to snap it. Volgamore, he may just try to go down to a knee, and he does. That's 13 seconds.
And that, as they say, is that.
That's all she wrote. Scott City with a dominating performance tonight, 41-6. They will win this one over the Smoky Valley Vikings as they improve to 8-1 on the year. Smoky Valley finishes their year out at 4-5. Postgame show to begin after this 3-minute break. This is Beaver football.
Let technology bring you closer this holiday season to loved ones near.
Left is Bailey in motion. He'll get the carry left side. Has some room left side. 30, 35, 40, 45 midfield. Bailey down the left sideline. 40, 30, 20, 15. Good night. Touchdown, Scott City. Lawson Bailey with a 74-yard run. Scott City's longest play of the year.
Turn it up.